and sit down.
Oh, nice little off-air spider pig there.
Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Hello, folks. Colin here, Festa 67's workshop.
That's
And
it. We're doomed.
Foxx
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody.
for another fun-filled Friday frolic.
Welcome to the Gasp edition.
Mate, we've been yattering all these big words, Fox, in there, eh? Whoa.
Colin said some words tonight off camera that's impressed me.
Transmissibility.
I know. Anti-disestablishmentarianism.
And that and all.
Ow! That's my knee on the desk. Ow! That was my knee. Oh, that was my knee on the desk. Ow.
Go on, you wanted to whimper, didn't you?
Oh. No, I've got a. There's something wrong with my left knee. So if I, okay, it only happens when I kneel down or anything, or if I have to kneel down on the floor to pick something up.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you were young and you used to get zits and stuff?
Yeah.
And occasionally, just for no reason at all, you get a zit on your knee. Did you ever have that?
Oh yeah, and
when you kneel down and it gets it. It's like that on my knee, but it's inside. I don't know what it is.
I ain't got a floater, have you? A bit of loose cartilage that's getting caught every now and then.
I'm not having X-ray vision. I'm not quite sure, but I don't know.
You got a scalpel? Open it up and have a looky-loo, mate. You know you want to.
So I just caught that then on the bench. It's like, oh,
you got proper Yosemite Sam throbbing then, have you, mate?
Pardon?
Yeah, that and all he says.
I've been watching something else on a Friday night for that. Thank you very much.
Well, the first people I've got in chat, let's have a looky-loo. My chart, my chat in YouTube starts with me saying just setting up, so it might be a bit out. Let's have a look. William Rayborn was saying hello, Johnny. Gemma's saying hello to William. That was me giving out Festa hugs. Lynn Dipple's giving out hugs there.
Oh, look at that.
If I'm missing...
Hey, you do realise.
What's that?
I do 2 streams on a Friday, so I've had twice the hugs off Lynn.
Oh, have you now?
Now, Lynn, in the interest of fairness, Lynn, you should really give Cole some extra hugs, because you've given me 2 lots of hugs today, and Cole's only had them.
Really now?
So in the interest of fairness, you should give Colin a second dose of huggage.
It's all right. It's all right.
No, see, I'm sticking up for you. I'm fighting your corner, dude.
Oh, no. If I've missed anyone, apologies. This is literally where my chat is starting. Ross Medlock saying evening all. Lynn saying hello to Ross. Wendy Hickson's in saying virtual hugs to everyone. Hello, Wendy. Hope you're all
virtual
right.
Hugs.
Wayne Waddle works in. He says, hello, my sweet Lynn. How are you?
Hey, Wayne. Big hugs to Wayne, because he gave me some money today, which was nice.
Yeah, he's very generous.
He's a lovely fella. It's not true what they say about him. He's a lovely fella. He's a lovely little fella.
He said, Festa, Foxx and Festa Friday frolic, fantastic fun. It's just he's been waiting.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Say that again. What?
Foxx and Festa's Friday frolic, fantastic fun.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Say what?
Foxx and Festa's Friday frolic, fantastic fun.
Fantastic.
This is
now for the French viewers.
Oh yeah, all the Foxx and Festa's are Friday frolic. There you go.
What? Wait. What? What was?
Don't ask me what that was.
I don't know. My brain's still trying to process it.
That was good, wasn't it?
If I go quiet, it's because I've had blue screened.
Oh dear, Lynn saying hello to Wendy and giving the big hugs out. Lovely Gemma's in saying, is everyone keeping okay? As well as can be, darling.
Hey,
and hopefully you're as well as can be as well, my darling.
Are you sure it's lovely Gemma and not Mirror Universe Gemma?
Absolutely.
Good. Just checking. Does she have a beard? In which case it's Mirror Universe Gemma.
Johnny's in saying, evening people. Hello, Johnny. Hope you're all right, mate. William Rayburn says hi to Foxx, Colin, Lynn and Gems. That's me just yattering on there. Debating, says Johnny, if I want to do anything with my channel, given the shenanigans YouTube is going to start, or Paul starting in June. What shenanigans is that then?
From the 1st of June, YouTube will treat your income as royalties.
Right.
Which means applicable taxes may be applicable depending on wherever you're based.
In reality, we're doing anyway, isn't it?
Well, in reality, it makes no difference for us. If you've already gone and filled out your tax information, if you've got a YouTube channel, you'll have a banner when you log into YouTube, you'll see a banner at the top saying, give us your tax information. All you need to do is go and fill out your W8BN form, I think it is. Basically, when I did mine, it's just saying, I'm native in the UK, therefore, YouTube, you don't need to take any taxes because the government in my country will take the tax off it.
Yeah, it's tax treaty, isn't it, and all of that.
Yeah. So for us in the UK, as long as we give them our tax information and our TIN number, which is our national insurance number, then they don't take anything off us because they know that the Inland Revenue will do that. If I didn't fill in the form, they just take 30%.
Yeah, same as what we did on Patreon, isn't it, mate?
Yeah, it's what we've basically done all the time. But I don't really know what difference suddenly treating them as royalties do. In some countries, royalties may be taxed differently to just...
Well, it's like us two now, isn't it? Because we're above that threshold, we do a tax return, don't we? So, it's something that you was chatting to me about, wasn't it? When you said, are you near the threshold? And when I asked you, as you told us, I was like, bloody hell,
I was like, welcome to... My words were, welcome to the HMRC website. Please get comfortable. You'll be here every year.
Yeah, and I was like, no, I honestly haven't given it a thought. But luckily, Fox gave me a bit of guidance on it. And I like things to be nice and neat. So,
But I think in some locations, they do treat royalties or tax differently to other forms of income. So it might mean that some people pay more or less tax.
Well, absolutely. Sure. I mean, you think there are YouTubes out there that have got millions of subs that earn phenomenal revenue, don't they? And I suppose if they're not paying taxes on that, that's, a bit naughty, isn't it?
They will be. But I don't remember. I read one thing. I can't remember where it was based, though. In one country, like royalties have a lower tax rate than other forms of income. Yeah. So basically, if you fill out the tax information for YouTube, then it means that they will class your income as royalties, and then you'll get taxed less.
Well, this is it. I mean, we do our tax return, but we do a voluntary contribution anyway, don't we? Because it just keeps things neat. So
we don't earn enough to actually pay tax on it just yet. So we do a voluntary
for the NHS, isn't it? The national insurance.
Yeah, well, it's for NHS and your basically state pension and stuff. But because we don't earn enough to pay tax on. It's a very interesting. Not really. Basically, here in the UK, you can earn so much before you pay tax on it. If you work for a company and you just get a payslip every month, they take care of all that. You don't do a tax return. I know in the US people have to do tax returns. If you're employed by someone, they take care of all that. If you're self-employed, you have to do your own tax return. So you have to tell them how much you've made. And then they tell you how much tax you should pay. But there's a certain threshold. Under that, you don't pay any tax. But you can voluntarily pay the absolute bare minimum national insurance contribution, the NICs, which means you're paying towards the NHS and you're paying for your state pension, basically. Yeah. So once you go over the threshold, you just pay a percentage of your income after that point.
Absolutely.
We don't do that. No, we're still poor. We need you all to become patrons and channel members.
Yeah, we'd have to do some substantial earning there, wouldn't we? Anyways,
we need you to support us so we can pay more tax.
Well, this is it.
Doesn't sound right.
I know we often say it, but without the lovely support that folks give us, we wouldn't be able to do this. You'd have to go out and work. I certainly wouldn't be able to do the hobby because I wouldn't be able to afford it because I'm only on the pip. So
I'd have to go out and get a job. Don't want to do that.
Johnny's saying hello to William. I'll speak through the chat.
I don't know how we got to talking about tax and income. It was bizarre.
Well, someone put about the shenanigans, wasn't it? YouTube Iron Man saying hello to everyone. Apologies, I've not been contributing in chat for the last couple of weeks. His daughter's got her place in school, so he's been on holiday. Not a problem, mate. Can always watch these backs. It's like anything. We get used to seeing certain faces in the chat, don't we? Yeah. And when we don't see them, we tend to worry whether they're okay, don't we? Yeah. We get a little bit, are they ill? Are they all right?
Yeah.
That's me saying, hope you have a good time. We do, mate.
Especially people that come into all the chats all the time.
Oh, the amount of us that will email someone and go, are you okay?
We kind of forget that people actually have real lives. They need to do it from time to time.
Richard Pezzle's in saying, hello, Colin Fox and everyone else. Hello, Richard. Hope you're doing all right, mate. Some blokes nicked your name here, mate. Some other bloke called the Guru here says, good evening, prepare your lounging pants and comfy seating scenario.
Outrageous. How dare somebody use exactly the same name as me?
How did your flump swim-off-on even go?
My what?
How did your flump swim-off-on go?
Oh, I have to earn millions of pounds and have an Olympic-sized swimming pool first.
Oh, mate, yeah, you know. Yeah.
You're missing out the whole step of having enough money to buy an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Yeah. I thought you'd have been out digging the garden. Iron Man says, thanks, everyone. It's much appreciated. Not a problem, mate.
Mm-hmm.
William says he's got to finish his dinner real quick. I'll have it done before you all start. And he was having a pork roast and a baked spud. Get in there, mate.
Potatoes, baked potatoes, baked potatoes, baked. I don't know where that's come from. It's in my head.
No, mate, I'm impressed. Everyone was saying hello to each other there. James is in saying hello, Colin, Fox and gang. Hello, James.
Wait, we have a gang?
Yeah. He says Fox has screwed up again for some reason. What have you done then?
I ain't screwed nothing up. Out nor nothing neither.
He's still recovering from it in his knee, folks.
My knee. Wow, no, it's fine now.
Gemma got it right. She says we're always late during to chatting away. Well, I scheduled it to start at 11:55 because we got caught out one day where everyone came in 24 hours sooner.
Midnight Friday, so they turn up on midnight Thursday thinking.
Yeah, I'm grassing Fox up for messaging me saying that he was sat there wondering where I was because he wanted to start the show at 10 o'clock.
Yeah, I got my desk set up, I got the lights on, got my earpiece in, got ready. I rebooted my computer, sat there and was like, brilliant. Looked at my watch, 10:30. Arse, I'm an hour early.
Yeah.
I misread my clock completely.
Yeah, I wasn't going to grass you up, but I thought, why not?
You weren't going to grass me up.
But yeah, I was supposed to have done it this week, and I've been really bad because everything I had set to do this week, I haven't done. I've been really lazy. But I'm going to do a little 5-minute intro just to cover that 5 minutes, so that will come on, and then we start at midnight.
The thing is, even if Colin did a 15-minute pre-roll like I have on some of my streams, we'd still get there and it'd be like 5 past because we'd be nattering and start the 15-minute pre-roll.
Oh, yeah, we was having a right old chat, weren't we? With proper big words and everything.
We were putting the world to rights, mate, we were.
Yeah, Statler and Waldorf, mate, weren't we?
Yeah.
Johnny
just clarify. Sorry, go on, Seth.
Yeah, no, you carry on, buddy.
I was going to say, Johnny just clarified a bit I'd forgotten. They're going to put adverts on all videos, not just on monetized channel videos.
Oh, are they really?
I don't think it'll make a problem because I think most people are either used to adverts by now or they've got.
You know why they're doing that? Because they've been trying to flog their YouTube Premium, haven't they? And not many people are taking them up on it. So if they bombard everything with ads, people will get fed up with it, pay for the premium to go ad free, wouldn't they? So,
But I mean, at the end of the day, that's just the way things are nowadays. Anyway, most people either have ad blockers that get rid of them or they just put up with them. So I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Dare I say it don't really bother me, to be quite honest with you, because I'm watching the video content at the end of the day. Yeah. Edward Leonard saying, evening, everyone.
Evening, Edward. How are the squishies? Make sure. I hope you're giving the squishies a belly rub for me.
You're going to
do maybe squishy. Not a belly rub. I'd say that's Edward, isn't it? What?
Yeah, you're going to do squishy, are you?
Oh, squishy. Hang on. I can't because he's in the way, but I'll do a little one. Maybe not belly rubs for the jellies because that's the dangerous area. Maybe behind the ears because then that's not the dangerous area.
Yeah, a little tickle behind the ears just to make the legs curl up a little bit. That sounded wrong. Oh, he's gone. He'll be back in a sec. Edward Leonard saying hello to Johnny, Panzer, Gemma and Lynn. I'm sure I just saw Nim Sindarin pop in there. Let's.
And then the vicar said, "No, it's normally twice the size." Wait, what?
Nim Sindarin's in saying hi to everyone, as is John Pole. Hey, John. Dear. Yeah. Kev's in. Hello, Si. How you doing, mate? He says, hello, hugs all round. Get in there. Panzer says there is something wrong with his knee. He just need the desk. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. Well, a doctor hurts when I do that. Don't do that. Thanks, Doc.
Absolutely. Philip. Paul Lines is in. Evening, everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. He was having a nap on the sofa and he missed the alarm. Mate, it's not a problem.
We're all old now. We understand the need for naps.
Absolutely. Sean Wiles is in saying morning all. Hello, Sean. How you doing, mate?
I have to admit, I'm not at the age yet where if I have a nap in the afternoon, I'm absolutely battered when I wake up.
I do have the occasional afternoon nap. I must admit, several times I've stuck the old chair on, leant it back, put the massage on, and I may have fallen asleep at the bench for a little hour there and woke up. Yep, that's better.
But I reckon there must be an age at which, before that age, you enjoy the nap, but when you wake up, you're broken. And then after that age, you have a nap, and when you wake up, you're absolutely refreshed.
Yeah, I mean, I can have a little hour power nap, mate, and I feel like running a marathon, mate.
I'm still at the point where I can have the hour power nap, and then when I wake up, I feel like I've been dragged into the keel of a boat. So I've not quite got to the age where I get the benefit of the nap yet. But
you wait, mate. You'll go to bed at 49, fit and virile, and you wake up at 50, mate, and yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm already falling apart, so...
Yeah, you know, it just is soul destroying from then onwards, mate.
Deep dry.
He's saying they're going to put commercials on your videos, whether you want them or not, whether you have 1 subscriber or 1 million. Yeah.
I wouldn't worry about it. If you make good content, people will watch your content regardless. And if everybody's got adverts, you'll all be playing on an even field, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah. Carl was in saying evening chaps and chat. Hello, Carl. Hope you're doing all right,
Carl.
mate.
Evening.
Johnny's on about, it's all videos. Yeah. Adam says, good evening, Festa and Fox and everyone in Chatland. I hope everyone is well. Yeah,
hello,
fine
Adam.
And dandy, mate. As do we. Hope you're doing all right, Adam. That's pretty much everyone's asking what happened to Sarah. Sarah's not been quite well this week, mate. She's having a little bit of a timeout. Yeah. So, she's been a little bit poorly, bless her, but hugs and love to Sarah Jane.
Get well soon, Sarah.
But, yeah. So there is the chat caught up old China.
Stab it. Oh,
God, he's done stab at him now.
I know, the little buggers have stabbed me already. This downside of Death Guard. All I did was go to pick him up and he's like, stab. Ow.
I ain't laughing, honest. Nothing speak is hilarious.
They've all got horns and spikes and shit.
There
it's
you
like,
go. That's a bit close, but let's see whether we can zoom that out a tad.
Zoom in. That was adventurous Spider Pig.
That was. I'll just go back
stab me again. Camera. God damn it!
Just can't get started.
Now Gutham's fallen over and everything. He's having an afternoon nap.
Let's put that on. Let's quickly zoom that out, and then I'll come back on that camera. Pardon me.
So anyway, how are you, Cole?
I'm fine and dandy, mate. You know, it's the same old thing, isn't it?
Aye.
SSDD, mate, isn't it?
It's what?
SSDD, mate.
Same shit, I know exactly. Yeah, same shit, different day.
Absolutely, mate.
Same shit, still more poxwalkers.
Absolutely, mate. You know, it's just one of them, innit? I go with it in the hope that,
Now, while you're getting yourself set up there, I shall run some diversionary tactics with people in chat. So
it's easier if you do that, Carl, isn't it, you pillock?
Are you having fun? What are you doing?
I went into all my Logitech software just to zoom it out, and I realised I had my boom arm right forward.
Hello.
It's different.
You got different this, is this like the Space Pen versus the pencil again?
Yeah, different camera this week.
Oh,
as well.
Oh, it looks much better.
This is the rather splendid C922.
Oh,
because if you remember when me and you had our little slops chat.
Oh yeah.
I had conflicting webcams as 910s.
Oh yeah.
So I've replaced one of the 910s with this rather splendid 922, and I thought, well, I'll have that at the bench because I'd rather the bench look crystal clear than my head.
Yeah, so, your face is irrelevant. Your bench is the important bit.
Absolutely, mate. So hopefully it's a bit better than what there was. And
yeah, looks better than mine.
Mate, it's literally out the box, plugged it in, bang, straight in.
Done. There you go. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt.
And I, believe it or not, Fox, I'm running this on the old LWS 280 software.
Oh, I don't know how you're doing that because Cy Reynolds couldn't do that on his. I got him to download and install it. He said, that's the wrong software.
Yeah. I am running it on the old LWS.
Oh.
Yeah, look at that. That infamous software. Look at that.
Oh, there no, it's not quite. No. I see. Yeah, okay. I don't know why I don't know why Cy Reynolds, when he tried to have it, told him it was the wrong software for the camera. It didn't like his camera.
Yeah.
C922.
I know, on the old LGWS, mate. I was mightily proud of myself. So
good girl.
Oh, try not to smack the camera though, Cole, because that's a bit of a pilchard thing to do.
So maybe I need to get one of those then. But then again, I can't think of a use case for having 2 cameras. So, really.
Martin Cannon is saying, by the way, hello to everyone. Hello, mate.
Martin.
As is Jeff, Candygram for Mongo. He's saying hello,
Hey,
Festa, Lynn Dipple, Gemma, Edwards, hi, Kevin Reynolds, and everyone else.
Yes,
mate.
Yes, Si Reynolds says it's definitely, the picture is definitely better. Yeah, you're not on a potato cam anymore.
Because obviously I'm looking through the world's worst glasses with a prescription that is very out of date. So to me, it still looks quite blurry. So hopefully you guys are seeing, you know, I mean, I've got you know, you can see me tattoos.
We can actually see shit now on your desk.
But
it's not a murky, dark, grim, dark. Hello.
So yes, what have I been up to?
Buy a cap and see the Reek Grand Grommet. Look, it's got prime on it and everything. Look at that.
I've painted me guns.
Guns? Is that primed or painted or painted and primed?
No, that is brush painted primer, just to get them looking the same colour as is in. So yeah, that's all I've done this week on that.
Why did you brush it and not spray it? Was it one of those, I can't be arsed, I'll just brush it off?
I couldn't be asked to get the airbrush out, mate. Because I know I've got more stuff to cram in around it, and that whole thing will get airbrushed anyway. But it was easier for me because I wanted to get rid of the white and the light grey contrast. I like to look at a model like I did the Baneblade, all in a base primer.
Yeah.
So I can then look at it and see where I want to add things. So.
I'm sitting here squinting to look at it, and it's I'm just thinking, why don't I just put my thing full screen, you muppet?
Why don't I just put mine full screen? There
yeah, that's that as well. I just realised I've got the thing minimised. I'm like, why am I looking at it as a tiny screen? That looks
yeah, so have I actually. But yeah.
I'm like, why don't I just press that big full screen button? That makes things much better.
Yeah, there you go. Oh yeah, I didn't realise that.
It's like, have you ever sat there watching a YouTube video and like 40 minutes in, you're like, why am I on like not full screen? What the fuck?
Yeah, I sat there watching one on my phone the other night and I had my tablet on the arm of the chair, and I'm like, why?
I don't know. It's like Mama Fox has got like a big 42-inch TV and an Xbox, and yet she watches YouTube on her iPad, which is in front of the telly.
That's all I've been up to on that. I've not added anything to the Baneblade. I think you saw the exhausts last week. So
at this point, Cole, I think it's perfectly acceptable that you've not added anything to the Baneblade.
Yeah, so I'm not saying I won't though. There has been something that's garnered my attention with Baneblade. So there might be some additional wood. That sounds wrong. Yeah, there needs to be something to fill the void between the sail and the mast. And I might put some form of either ropey bridgey, stroke wooden decking, stroke something. So
would it benefit from a beam? Like normally you get like the mast, and you get the beam that sticks out, don't you? But then no, because it's not a sideways. It's not a sideways thing, is it? It's you'd have a.
It's got a beam.
You wouldn't have a mast like that because it's not a triangle. You'd have a mast like that going across for that shape of sail, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's got a beam.
You've got a beam there, yeah. See?
You just wanted to see the Baneblade, didn't you?
I just wanted to make people look. Well, I wanted to see that as well. Look at that! Oh, trouser tent, big fat stiffy, yes. Oh God, I mustn't make you laugh like that when you've got the entire Baneblade in your hand.
Oh dear.
I must make sure I do that when you've put the thing down. I've broken him. There you go, so I've broken him already.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, you crack me up, you do. Don't ever change, Fox. If I didn't know, I look at that bag with grey things and I say that's a Forge World pack of bits, but it's not. No.
If you should ever buy a kit from Forge World, you basically get a beautiful white box and then just a plastic bag full of random bits.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's just in a bag.
Yeah, I'm not sure which direction to go. There's some more. Excuse me.
Hey.
That's quite a big. There's some more bits I want to add to it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So I'm gonna pretty much just keep it
like
mocked
that.
up. What?
A little bit of jiggly with the sidewall there.
Oh yeah, you like that, do you? Yeah, that's the sort of.
Can we have a close up? Can we have a close up shot of your dudes in the cockpit and Gefarten?
Yeah, hold up.
Just hold them up to the camera. You don't have to. No.
Yeah, let's put them in there. Because I've got the half cockpit things to go on in.
Don't want to go off half cockpit, do you?
There you go. No, see. And he's got the swingy scarfage.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's mint.
See? And this has been built this way so that it's easier for me to paint it.
Yeah.
But I'm tempted to actually just magnetise that on.
I'm pretty sure that nobody's ever said this has been built that way to make it a lot harder to paint.
No.
Yeah, the beauty of it is it's because on Warhammer stuff, the panel lines in the models are designed to look really deep. Like the things that would actually be panel lines on the real craft. You can get away with things like that because the big seam line, the gap, just looks like one of the panel lines.
So that's sort of going to sit something like so.
You're a fracking
so
genius.
It's got little half canopies. Well, I'm looking.
It's not true what they say about you, Colin. It really isn't true. I'll tell you that.
I'm looking at the sides here. There's a space. Now I think I can get a big ass Gatling gun in here.
Dirty, great big Gatling
you
gun.
get with the Sentinels. You know the one that's like the big Gatling gun with the big ammunition reel.
Oh
thing.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I kind of think I can get a couple of them in there. So I might end up getting the saw out on these side panels and have them sort of coming out from within. Okay. So there's a possibility that
sounds good.
More sawage might ensue.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
are you gonna? What about like weapons on the end of the wings?
Well, I've basically got the guns and the missiles on one.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh. In Warhammer, it would be perfectly acceptable to have a missile with a big pod of missiles on the back of the missile.
Absolutely, and I'm like
a missile with missiles on it. That would work perfectly.
It's Orcs as well, isn't it? So there's going to be some kind of little tiny catapult that's throwing, I don't know, a rock because they've got all these. Yeah. Oh, squig pole.
Yeah. Why throw a rock when you can throw a squig? Brian Windmill's in. Brian Windmill's in. Hi, Brian.
Hello, Brian. How you doing, mate?
Edward Leonard said he doesn't have Orc pilots. He does have Orc pilots. They are Orc pilots. It doesn't really come out on camera, but they are Orcs.
Yeah.
He's used He's used the spare head from the Wasdacker bomber jet thing. Although it's weird because of the camera.
Yeah.
It looks more like Batman heads.
I know they're a little bit, aren't they?
Yeah, because it's not quite. It's a bit fuzzy, so it's like.
Yeah.
They look like Batman heads. But I love the guy with the scarf. It looks mint.
Oh yeah, it's got to be done, innit? And there's going to be a couple of bits of changes on the uniform there and that. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with it, really. And then obviously I've got the barrels and missiles and that. But
I hate to do this to you. Panzer says, I know what's missing from the Insane Blade. The standoff bar armour around the sides.
The what?
You know, like on the old Panzer IVs, you used to get them plates of steel stuff that went along where the tracks were.
Right, yeah.
They'd be like, they'd stick out from the side a bit on like a frame.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, that can be added, mate.
Yeah.
Don't forget, it's only in its base coat and early stages of painting. Yeah, there's loads of accessories still to go on it.
Exactly. Lynn says Spider Pig, and Cy Reynolds says Fox likes jiggling Colin's walls. Oh yeah, I like a nice jiggly wall.
So yeah, that's kind of where that's going to go, really. So
now, before we get going, there's nothing I can show this week, so there's no point locking it on me. But I do have with me the big pink straw.
There is a reason to lock it on you, then.
No, but I can mitigate the merciless ribbing of the big pink straw because I'm using my Time Team mug.
Yeah, you can have that.
Which counteracts the big pink straw. BPS.
Yeah, you can have that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's my Time Team mug.
Yeah, that's made you worthy now.
Yeah, there you go. See, I knew that would make it better.
Only temporary. It's not a permanent solution.
You should have. All solutions are permanent. All solutions that work in my favour are permanent. All solutions that don't work in my favour need some work.
So yeah, that's kind of yeah.
This kind of where you are, like you've just completely built a million things.
Yeah,
awesome. I've not done much this week. Massive thing.
There's got to be some form of squigularity on there. I mean, I've got
Yeah.
my little squig hammock that's going to sit under there. I've popped him off ready for when I paint this.
Oh yeah, it does. I remember Si saying last week it does need orchifying, like in terms of the just the aesthetics of it.
Yes.
It still needs that doing, doesn't it, with its bits and bobs and.
Absolutely. I want to get on and get some plates printed, and
It needs junking. I think is the way to look at it, isn't it?
It's too neat. It's too neat.
It's too crisp.
It's like it's got to be orchified. So that's kind of as far as I am with it. So now it's all one colour.
You're all one colour.
Yeah.
Now I have to horribly admit, with great shame, that I've got nothing to show because I've been able to do no work at all this week. I've not had a minute at the bench. I had hoped to find Spruce C. Where the hell is Spruce C? I had hoped to start the Mortarian this week, and that's just not happened. So I literally have had no time at all at this bench. So when I sat down this evening to get ready for this stream, I found that everything was exactly where I left it when I finished my stream on Sunday. So yeah, it's a bit rubbish.
Si says, wait, I've got it. He says you need a big squig hanging from a chain trying to chomp people on the floor.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
You mean like the complete opposite of search and rescue guy hanging down? It's actually a search and destroy squig hanging down from the bottom.
Yeah, with some binos.
Sometimes I like the way my brain works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go for that. A squig hanging down on a big squig, like on a chain, mowing the lawn.
Well, yeah, because it's got to go on its stand, isn't it? So yeah.
Yeah.
Hangage is achievable.
If you need to, by the way, you can actually buy the bases and stands and things from Games Workshop.
Right. Yeah.
You can actually buy like fly bases and the flyer stands and stuff. You can just buy them directly from Games Workshop if you ever need more. Right, I need C21. I've been looking at the same instruction step for like the last 5 minutes. C21 and 20. I don't even know if this is Spruce C. 21. That's 20. Yeah, so I've unfortunately done nothing this week. So, to my shame, I must apologise to the good people.
We all start out with the best of intentions, don't we?
Yeah. I can't wait to start this. I can't wait to start this Mortarian.
I was very close to opening up the WASBON the other day.
This would have been correct.
No.
This would have been correct. But what are you doing tonight? You're still doing the Valkyrie.
Yeah, I'm just going to glue the stand together.
Have you and Dad started your buddy build yet? Well, let's start that again. Have you started your buddy build yet?
The Sentinel, yeah. If you remember back to Warhammer Sunday, that's what I was building, mate.
Oh God, that's right. Oh man, I forgot that. Oh man.
In answer to your question, yes, mate, I have.
Oh dear. Well, the thing is, I was so busy actually doing the show that I didn't really pay attention to what people were doing. But I've still not found piece C21. What the flip is this piece?
Oh, bless you, mad you are.
I don't know what you were doing. I don't pay attention when I'm actually doing a show.
I'd never have guessed.
Yeah. So what are you building tonight?
I'm going to put the stand together.
Staying together.
I need to do me squigs
return?
and that and get them printed. Now I've done my tax return ain't until next year, is it?
I know.
Because I haven't earned enough from November. Because don't forget, I only went monetised in November.
I know.
But
I was just trying to amusingly finish your sentence for you.
No, it works because I ain't got a clue what I was on about. I'd already started to do it.
Anyway, just as I was saying, what were you saying? I don't know idea.
Yeah, you were saying go to Forgewell, Cole. Yeah, spend all your money. Yeah, that's what you were saying.
You probably don't want to do that. I mean, you will do eventually, trust me.
Oh,
you will go to Forge World. Those are the kids you're looking for.
But, yeah, I could get the WASBOM out.
Ooh. Get your WASBOM out.
You want me to get your WASBOM?
Live on telly. Oh, hello. I'm hearing drills.
Yeah, there's drillage.
Oh, dear Lord. That looks like a phaser. got to be honest with you. You know the best thing about doing Death Guard?
What's that, mate?
Because their armour is corrupted and broken and shattered and rusted and horrible and like just got tentacles pouring out of it.
Yeah.
And it's got cracks and breaks in it. Really doesn't matter if you slip and gouge a piece of the plastic out, because it's just more damage to the armour that's already damaged anyway. It's great. All their armour's like broken and battered and chipped, and it's got holes. And so I just cut a bit off the sprue and went a bit too far and gouged some of the trim out. It's like, you know what? Don't matter. Perfect.
No. I don't need that. A minute. Anyway, actually, yeah, I do need that. Put a bit of glue on the arse of that. Dum 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 dum
Dum dum dum dum.
Something I've got panels to make for that.
He's muttering. He's muttering.
I know. Sorry, folks. I don't.
You're right, little mutterer, aren't you? You little mutterer.
I mutter as I'm thinking of things that I need to abuse on this poor Valkyrie.
Mutter, 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 you little bugger.
There is method to my madness, or madness to my method, whichever way you want to look at it.
Yes. Oops. I'm going to try something, but I'm going to do it off camera just initially because...
Oh, Si's put a thing in there for me to click on. Bear with me, Si.
Click on.
Yeah, he's put a clickolarity in the YouTube there on something about the squid.
Well, this is what you need swinging from the Valkyrie. It's a link to something on Goblin Gaming.
You're bad, you are. I may have some more paint in my basket.
Oh dear,
You know
oh dear. More paint, more paint.
Oh.
I'm going to try and use one of Jeff's concentrifiers. I've not had a chance to use them yet, or film them. So I'm going to try and use one of Jeff's concentrifiers. Now I don't actually know how to use them, so I'm going to wing it. It doesn't matter on Death Guard. I'm going to just assume that I don't know what I'm doing, and I'll just see if I can figure out how to use them with no instruction. I'm pretty sure I can. That one fits right nicely.
Yes, that might have been added to the wish list.
What? Oh, that squig.
Yeah.
Which one is it?
Mangler squig.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Oh yes. Mangler. Not to be confused with the mango squig, which is different but tastes delicious. Oh, I see. I get it now. I'm just trying to find out what fits in my holes. Hang on.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Well, I've not even had a chance to look at these concentrifiers yet, so I'm just going to try one now. But I don't want Jeff to tell me how to use it. I'm going to see if I can figure it out with no helpful instructions. I'm sure I can. Yes. Okay. So that hole there. Right. That's perfect. I get it. Oh, I get it. That goes in there like that. That goes in there like I like it now. I get it now. I think we are cooking with the gas. Yeah, so to my shame, there's nothing to report this week. Got nothing done at all.
Carl's off the bed. See you later, Carl. Take care, buddy.
Take care, matey. Have a good one.
Absolutely.
Right, so I'm good. To save embarrassment, I'm going to try it off camera.
Oh, is that what you're doing, is it?
No, just loosely so I can figure out what I'm doing. Okay, I need to make that stick out a bit further.
Oh, Neris.
Oh, I can't. My hands are sweaty and I can't grip my bits. All week. I'll be here all week.
I'll be here all week.
So I'm going to guess I can put it that way around. That goes in there. I don't really want to show it on camera, you see, because I don't want. Obviously, it's not been tested yet, and I don't want to.
Oh right, you want to remain or retain your guru-ness.
No. It's. I don't want to show it on camera being used, and then somebody else comes along and steals the idea.
Oh,
right. It's Jeff's thing, isn't it? So.
Oh yes, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to show it being used. I will be doing a video. I don't quite know how. I think I may actually need instruction on how to do this. I may be that bloody useless.
Can I inquire whether there's a cone?
No, I don't mean now. I'm not going to like openly discuss it, but
No.
I'm just saying to Jeff, you might need to. I don't know. Might need to tell me how to use it properly.
Oh,
unfortunately, the barrels on these ones are really stubby, so I can't quite see how it's. Okay, maybe that way. Jeff's there going, oh, for crying out loud! Oh! I can imagine he's pulling his hair out right now. Right, let's just see if that works.
Let's grab that. Because they've got to be primed.
Oh! I don't know what I'm doing. Jeff, you're going to hate me.
I'm going to run out of things. Oh, where did that go? Really? Wouldn't be me unless I dropped something. Right. The idea being is the grabber of goodness will retrieve it so that I don't have to go on the ground.
No, I'm not using this right, I don't think. Jeff, you're going to need to send me instructions on how to properly use these, dude. Because I'm far too stupid to figure it out, I think. I am actually that stupid.
How can I say this without giving away what you're doing?
No, it's
yeah.
I'm trying to get the barrel in centered.
Yeah.
But it's in a cone, so there's no gate. It's not staying in. Jeff,
Yeah. Do you want to? Yeah, go on.
Yeah, Jeff, you might need to send me some proper instructions. I think you might have just mailed me something. Oh no, that's Google. Yeah, you might need to send me some proper. Explain it like I'm a 5-year-old instructions.
Yeah, bear in mind, Jeff, this is Foxx.
Yeah, I might need literally explain it like I'm a 5-year-old.
You'll get it as soon as you know.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how it needs to work quite right. I think it's probably was best not to do this in the middle of a live stream, really.
No, that's all right.
Let's try a bit of that on my own camera. No, good. Just wing it, see what happens. Risk it for a biscuit. No, that was complete abortion. Yeah, I'm not doing that right. Jeff, you might need to send me. Can you send me some instructions, like real, how to do it for chuds? And I'll if I know how to use them properly.
Yeah, don't hold back there, Foxx, will you, mate?
Yeah, no. Assume that I'm a complete blithering idiot because I am. And I should have. I know he's told me some bits already, but I just probably wasn't paying attention, and I should have been. I shouldn't have just started to try and do it in the middle of a live stream. Moving on. So yes, I need to know how to use them properly, I think, first before I go ahead and I made a right mess of that now. That did not go well. But it's Death Guard, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Absolutely.
Well, it does, but it doesn't.
Oh yeah, that was where that went. I knew I'd seen it on the model.
I have a feeling I just missed something. I just now walked into the room. I was trying out your concentrifiers off camera because I didn't want to show how to use them. But I've not read any of your information on how to use them, and I made a complete hash of it. So I clearly need you to tell me how to use them, because I need to have it explained to me like a child so I can make sure I'm using them correctly, because that didn't work at all. But it's going to be me, not your devices. So for some reason I decided to give it a try. Not on camera though. I didn't want to do it live on camera. But it was a bad idea because I didn't know what I was doing. So yeah, can you send me proper instructions how to actually use them, so I can figure out how to use them? It might be because it's a Death Guard bolter and therefore the barrel's not quite as long. I don't know.
I love the way you word that. Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing.
I didn't.
Mom.
Well, there's clearly a way to use them that works, and I clearly wasn't doing that.
No. Let's just move that.
Yeah, you don't need to rewind, dude. I just tried using your concentrifiers without any foreknowledge or training or thought, and I made a mess of it, but that's because I'm an idiot. So I just need you to mail me and explain how to use them, so I can make sure I'm doing it right. Because I am that useless.
Oh, they crack me up, you do.
I am.
I
That did not go well, that one.
I am still here. I'm just navigating to the ends of the man cave.
Ends of the man cave, where the spiders are.
To get, because that's ready for priming.
Well, I've just completely destroyed that barrel. I
I
couldn't have made a worse job of that barrel if I tried.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just an abortion. That'll teach me for just diving straight in and not figuring out how to use something before I actually go live on the telly to do it.
I'm so glad it's not just me.
The thing is, I'd actually set some time aside over the next few days because I've got a load of like Space Marine spare, old Space Marine figures, so I was going to do some testing and stuff and figure out how to use it.
Oh, right, yeah.
So I could figure it out. Because, you know, even the simplest of tools have a technique that you don't necessarily know straight away. So, but no, I decided to do it straight in the middle of a live stream. Oh, you spoon. I'm my own worst enemy. I really am. Fox, look at the photo I attached in my email to you. Oh dear Lord, I can't do that right now. I can't do that while I'm streaming. Let me have a look. Do 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 do. Do 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 picture. Right, this is how I use them. There may be better methods. Okay, right. That's what I was trying to do. Well, I need to get the chat back. Where's chat gone? There it is. Here. We're talking about Fox, says Lynn. Yeah. Explain it. There is actually a website called Explain It Like I'm a 5-year-old, or Reddit called Explain It Like I'm 5 years old.
Oh, so you've been on that website already, have you?
No, I'm just aware of it, but there is actually a thing called Explain It Like I'm 5 years old. That's kind of what I know. I think it might just be the barrels on these Death God bolters are really short and stubby and maybe not ideally suited.
Yeah.
Or it could just be that they're not exactly the right size. Oh, that's a wrinkle, doesn't it? Or I could just be using a bit that was too big. Let's just try another one. Have I got another one to try? Oh. Have I got another one? I don't think I've got another one to try yet. I don't want to actually... No, I'm going to put them away. I don't want to show using them on camera for Jeff's copyright reasons at the moment.
Yeah.
So there's no point in me doing it now when I can't show it on camera anyway. So let's just I'll try them later with some proper Space Marine bolters. It may just be I perhaps had the wrong. I think what I need to, okay, I think I get what I did wrong there. I think. I don't know if I have another bolter actually on this sprue. I don't know if I do. Yes, I do.
When he says a phrase from Forrest Gump comes to mind. Yeah, life is like Fox chocolates.
As used by Fox on the YouTube TV, says Candygram. Yes, I'll have a proper play with them. I think I might have. I think I understood what I might have done wrong. I went in with the bit that was exactly the right size to drill the barrel out. I think I need to start with the smaller bit. And just to get a guide.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think. Because I'm using the one that... I think that bolter might have been just too short a barrel, to be perfectly honest. It's a little stubby thing. I've got the picture, Jeff, but it doesn't make it clear which way round it needs to go. If that makes sense. I think it does. I don't know. I'll figure it out. My problem was stopping the concentrify moving around on the barrel of the weapon. While I was trying to...
Nimson Darren says, laugh out loud, Fox has a lumpy, smooth brain, but we still love him.
Yes, I have the smoothest of brains. Smooth like a McDonald's milkshake. Smooth yet very dense.
We wouldn't have you any other way, mate.
No, you wouldn't. So don't take any information from that. That wasn't any comment on the ability of the concentrifier to concentrify. It was a complete failure of my understanding of how to use the damn thing, which I need to sit and figure out quietly by myself, I think. Without being on a live stream. I do it to myself. I'm just my own worst enemy.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We all do it.
Yes, today I shall learn how to do heart surgery live on a patient on the internet.
This week, I've mostly been eating Jerusalem.
That's the only one I ever remember, Terra Masalata.
Yeah.
This week, I've been mostly eating. I see a fetid bloat drone, says Urban. Yes, this is... I've got the entire Death Guard Combat Patrol, but before I get to that, these are all the Death Guard from the old Dark Imperium set that Cy Reynolds very kindly sent to me quite a while ago, and I've never got round to building them, which is why I've now got like 40 Poxwalkers in my Combat Patrol, 20 Poxwalkers in this set, and I've got about 60 Poxwalkers already, so I should have a good selection of Poxwalkers when this is all done. But I will be building Death Guard, Poxwalkers and Death Guard for the next 6 to 8 weeks, I think, at this rate.
Yeah, you're going to be sick to death of them by the end of that, aren't you?
Pretty much. That is the one downside of these Combat Patrol sets. You just build the same things. It's the downside of building up an army of any kind of grunt troops. I don't have a problem building... For some reason, I enjoy building Cadian troopers. I don't know why. I think it's because they've all got grumpy old man faces. They've got really grumpy faces.
I've not even thought about armies because, yeah.
Not yet. It's operator error, says Johnny. Absolutely.
I love the way you say not yet, like you're lining me up for something.
I am. Simon may have said some things to you. I painted
conspiracy going on.
Yeah, Edward Leonard said I painted 5 Poxwalkers and then stopped. Yeah, I'm going to have the way I'm going to get round it is by using contrast paints. That will make my life painting Poxwalkers a lot easier. Not completely contrast paints, but
no,
I'll be using some contrast. If I painted them like properly, I would eventually just want to eat my own face.
All right.
Because, yeah.
Don't you sort of just do like 5 or 10 at a time and then go and do something else, then come back to them? Or...
Well, yeah, but the problem is, if you look at them, like, that bloke's half naked.
Yeah.
And he's covered in pustules and boils and rips and tears and tentacles and bits hanging out, and he's got his intestines dangling out. Yeah, if you were to go around painting all the pustules and boils and everything, you just end up just dying.
This is the point where I go, you'd paint them, wouldn't you, Si?
Si would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be fun to paint them, but it'd be the kind of thing where I'll paint 10 at a time. But I really will paint 10 at a time and then just not paint any for a little while and then paint another 10.
Yeah.
Like painting, say, Cadian, like the Cadian Troopers is great because it's all basic colours, so that's not so bad. But all these guys, it's all flesh and stuff, so a lot more effort. Like painting a bloke in like a simple combat armour and a Cadian Trooper.
Yeah.
You could do that you could paint 10 of them in a day, but to a reasonable standard. Obviously, if you're Cy Reynolds, you paint one of them in 10 days to a reasonable standard.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's something I was thinking about the other day when we was on about Cy and the Warhammer painting. You know, what's the longest?
Would this be Cy Reynolds?
Yeah,
that I can only ever call Cy Reynolds. I don't quite know why.
Yeah, what is your longest paint job that you've had to do, mate? You know, is it a year, 2 years? I don't know. It's a dedication. I mean, fair play.
Oh yeah. I mean, the longest paint job I've ever done is my perfect grade Zaku, which has been in a box for 3 years, half painted.
Oh, I loved that. Well,
Yeah.
I must admit, that was stunning.
Yeah, I don't probably never get around to finishing it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I had to stop because I was filming it as a collaboration with Ammo.
Yes.
Because Mickey Menez sent me a thing saying, hey, would you like to do a collaboration? I'm like, yeah. That was nice. But my point of contact was his wife.
Yeah.
She was my email contact. And of course,
yeah.
I was filming that. She became very ill.
Yeah.
And I don't know why, but I thought, I know she passed away like about a year ago, wasn't it? A year and a half ago, 2 years ago.
Yes.
But I thought she actually passed away like about 2 years before that when I was doing the... I think it was when she got diagnosed, and therefore I thought I need to stop for a while. Like, this is not anything they got to be bothered with.
That's right.
They don't need me mailing them, hassling them about it. So I just stopped. But then I never really had a right time to go back to it.
There are things like that with certain builds, isn't it? I mean, we've all got what we would call our shelf queens, haven't we? And for one reason or another, you've paused on a build. Yeah.
But that's the thing. I mean, there was never a good time to go back to it.
No.
Because she was obviously very ill, and then unfortunately, at the end of it, eventually she did pass away, and it was like, well, I can't go back to it now anyway.
Yeah.
It's been too long, and yeah.
Yeah, it's just a sadness to it, isn't there? So.
Yeah. Because at the time it was like, I don't need to. I mean, it was even simple things like, how do I mail them and ask who I should be in contact with? How do I say that? How do I say
exactly?
How do I say who's my point of contact now without sounding mercenary? So I'll just leave it for a bit. But it never carried on. So probably never get that done.
It is strange, you know. I had some buddy builds that I was doing with a friend that died. You know what I mean? And you're like, and you just can't bring yourself to restart them.
No,
it just doesn't seem right.
No, I mean now I'd be I don't know. Now I wouldn't have any qualms about starting it again. It's just it's been too long, and there's no desire there to finish it now because of the association with it. It'd be like, nah. Best left, I think.
Yeah, it's tragic. She was very young as well, wasn't she?
Yeah. Although I really don't know why I thought she'd already passed away a couple of years before. I must have misunderstood something somewhere. That's why I stopped, because I thought she'd actually passed away, like, when I stopped. So I must have misunderstood something. There we go, that's that arm. Oh, that's lovely. That's a lovely fit. Trouser
is that tentage time? Is it for
Well,
fitness?
he's got all these spikies on his pauldron that fit into these little gaps on the other half of the pauldron, and yet the little tube from the pauldron goes into the thing on his face, and it all fits beautifully. And where there is a little bit of a seam line, it just looks like damage in the actual armour.
Yeah,
because they're covered in cracks and dents anyway. So that's proper like trouser tent time. That's almost Bandai level cunning design, almost.
So I was saying about his paint job, 7 months, he said, but it won a nondescript award.
Yeah, I can't imagine what kind of award that would have won. Like, I don't know.
James is off the bed. See you later, James. Have a good show tomorrow, mate.
Yep. Thanks for stopping by. I can't, because I can't see what you're doing. I can only hear you. I can't tell if you're sanding or sharpening something on a leather strip, like a barber sharpening.
No, I'm sanding, mate.
It sounds like you're sharpening a cutthroat razor on the leather strip, like a barber does.
Oh no, I'm sanding, mate. Yeah, the scraper was out at one point. But...
Hello, scraper.
Yes, the decent Citadel scraper. I'm not going to show my Citadel scraper off, shame.
Oh no, you can do, because it's at the end of the day, a knackered, an old beaten tool is a tool that's done its job and is well loved.
Yeah, but
if somebody's got a selection of tools that are all clean and tidy, it just tells me they don't know what they're doing with the tools.
You're going to mock me.
Go on. How did you break the end off?
Exactly.
I don't even know how you would. That's like solid steel.
Yeah.
What did you accidentally put it on an angle grinder? Bzz. How did you do that? Do we want to know?
Yeah, I was scraping the edge of a 3D print.
Yeah.
And as I was scraping, this blade went down to a gap, and as I've done that, it just put enough stress on it to go.
See, that's like solid steel. I don't even know how much.
Yeah, but I'm heavy-handed, isn't I? As we were saying before we came on air with my obliterated sanding collection.
Yeah. Bless you.
Yeah, I learnt the error of my ways there. These scrapers are not for scraping the edges of fresh 3D plastic prints.
Colin, titanium means nothing to me, Wilkinson.
Exactly, but I have resharpened it, and it gets used for them mundane jobs, because this one is only used for these.
The thing is, for what it's actually used for, it doesn't even need that bit on the end anyway. It's not actually going to make any difference. Bless you. But
yeah,
then again,
I was ashamed of myself, I must admit.
But you know what? Do you know what?
What?
You know what it tells me?
What?
I hate to say this, but it confirms that you're down the hole.
Why?
Because I would look at that and say, oh well, I can still use it for exactly the same purpose. It makes no difference to the operation of the tool. You went, I'll buy a new one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You thought...
Because I just knew when we went live with these shows that everyone would be mocking my Citadel scraper, and I thought... They're all going to disown me and be ashamed of me because I broke it. And...
No, I know you were sitting there and you're going, oh no, now I need to go on the Games Workshop website again to get a new one. Oh no, look at what's...
Drat and blast.
Look at all these things that have fallen into my basket by accident while I'm here buying a new scraper.
Pointless just ordering the one item whilst I'm here. I might as well get my paint and...
Well, oh no, I've got to pay £4 shipping. Well, if I order this Bane blade, I can pay no shipping. There you go, I've saved £4.
Yeah.
I do like the fact since lockdown began, they've actually dropped their free shipping limit.
Yes.
Used to be like 120 quid, now it's like £40.
Yeah. Does make sense, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Absolutely. They make their money.
Oh, they make their money, not half.
At the end of the day.
You're no copyright, shut up. Oh, I've left a big honking mould line on that big boy there. Bastard.
Oh, what you like?
I know, it's on the back of his gun. I'll have to wait till it dries. Let's have a look. JC Bricks and Builds is off to bed.
I read that one out.
Have you read that one out?
I read that one out.
Okay, there's one here.
Night, James.
Osric 9000 says... the only way I could paint a bunch is by smoking a bunch of marijuana and zoning out, almost like being in a coma. LMAO, says Edward.
Yeah.
That's the way I like to do things too, Nim, says Candygram. But I don't know why he says that to Nim, because it was Edward Leonard that said that, not Nim. Candygram. Oh, no, he's talking about something else. There's a comment higher up. I want to take my time with them. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Hang on. I built one sister and almost all the next today, so that makes a total of 6.5 in 3 days, says Nim.
Oh,
but I want... That's our Sisters of Battle. But I want to take my time with them and learn where I can sub-assembly them and like, so that when I get more, I know what I'm getting into. You will get more. You will get more. Trust me on this. You'll get more.
I would try and defend you there, but...
He's too... He can't really defend you from the bottom of that deep hole.
I'm not as far down the hole as you think I am, you lot.
No, you're much further.
Hey.
What? I've just seen a photo of a production line in China, a factory of scale of 1/144th scale Yamato is being built. Is that the battleship Yamato or the space battleship Yamato? Either way, that's going to be a big model.
Yeah.
1/144th scale of either a battleship or the space battleship. Put it this way, I've got the 1/500th scale and it's 3 feet long of the space battleship Yamato. So
it is one of them kits. I fell in love with that kit when I saw Vincent's in Belgium because he lit it all when it was. Yeah.
It's just the design of it. It's such a fantastic design.
I love the quirkiness of it.
Yeah.
I will get one. It will happen.
I will tell you that you have to watch the anime series, but you don't ever get past up to episode 5.
Yes, I know. I am that shoddy.
There are some other vessels in that series. Not necessarily the original one, which is all right, but if you watch the remade 2199 version, which is the original story just redrawn.
Yeah.
Some of the ship designs in that are actually really awesome. Some of the other sort of ships in the human fleet, they just absolutely look. There's models of them; they all look fantastic.
There's one of those that I should watch.
Yeah, but I'd recommend Space Battleship Yamato 2199, not the original. The original is like cheesy 1970s animation. It's really hard. It's a really hard.
Oh right, yeah.
The 2199 is basically a remake, but it just looks much better. Lee Eagles is in. Says finally got a 3D printer Festa. May need some help.
Oh, brilliantly, yeah. Ping me ping me your details, mate, and by all means, we'll catch up.
That's the battleship, says Chaos. So yeah, that's going to be enormous. 144 scale battleship. Jesus.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Yamato, the Yamato wasn't a small battleship.
No.
So. Which manufacturer is that? I'm assuming it's not.
I don't know who made it actually.
No, I don't know. It's not going to be obviously anybody. If it's being manufactured in China, it could be a number of different companies. Yeah. It's not going to be Fine Molds. Fine Molds have done a lot of battleships and stuff, especially Japanese Navy battleships, but they wouldn't do 1/144 scale. I don't think.
It's going to be a huge kit, isn't it?
Oh God, yeah. Well, theoretically, the space battleship Yamato should be the same length as the battleship Yamato because it was built inside the hull of the wreck of the space battleship Yamato in the lore of the anime. To keep it hidden from the enemies, they found the wreck of the Yamato on the bottom of the ocean because the ocean had been boiled away.
Oh right.
And they built the space battleship inside it.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody would know. It's quite cool. Iron Man says, myself and the wife have been toying with the idea that if we ever get a 3D printer, we want to print a 1/144th of Roger Young from Starship Troopers. Yes, it's nearly 8 meters long.
Yeah, I was going to say, that would be one hell of a print.
10 years of printing, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would also require a metal frame, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know the ship though, because I didn't like Starship Troopers. I didn't rate that film at all. I thought it was rubbish. Am I the only person that thinks that film was rubbish?
That would be an ecumenical matter.
Oh, don't sit on the fence, you big puffy coward.
You call me a big puffy coward, mate, with your pink straw.
Oi, pink straw in a time team cup.
Yeah,
that lets me off. That gives me a pass.
It gave you a pass up until the moment you called me a girl.
That's because you were sitting on the fence being all la-di-da, not wanting to commit in the public.
I may freely admit that the fence may have been adhered to.
Well, you should shower more often. Right, E1, E2 is what I need.
Okay, that goes on there like that. Okay.
A1 and A2. Where's E1? That'll be the one that's numbered 1, I would suspect. So let's have a look. 2, 3, 4, 10. Brilliant. Well done, Games Workshop. Because as we all know, 1 will be right next.
Oh yeah, it's never the bits are never where you expect them.
Oh, it's next to 16. Of course it is. I don't know. I'm assuming that's 1. You never quite know on these sprues because sometimes the number can be next to the piece or it can be on the other side of the piece. You don't know which is which sometimes. There we go. That's that bit. I'm sick of looking at the instructions over and over again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, Fox. It's not complicated. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, I've got to find part number 2.
Yeah, it is complicated.
It's not that complicated. It's very complicated. This guy's got a groovy hood. I like it.
This is us two, don't forget. Anything. A 2-part diorama would be enough to mess us two idiots.
That's at least 100% too many pieces for me to understand easily. Oops.
So that needs a prod. Because you've got to have a prod.
Give it a good prodding. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, he's got cloakage.
Cloakage is good.
Ooh, he's got a backpack with a skull on it and tentacles. Always with the tentacles, and he's got a little floaty winged beastie on his bone.
There you go.
On his
persuasion fit. Oh, that's cool. I like that.
What are you doing? I can't look because I'm snipping.
I'm sticking the tit on the front.
He's got a tit on it. Oh yeah, don't do like I did. Don't build that bit first and then forget to put the tit on the front and then have to go and just cut it down to fit it in.
No, the tit is there. I'm just letting it rest in place. It's not adhered yet.
I don't know if you watched the stream when I did it, but you would have been proud of my panicked fix.
Oh really? You did
I left the cone out and I glued both halves of the fuselage together.
Yeah.
But the problem then is, of course, the cone's too wide to be you can't push the cone in the front.
No, that's right, yeah.
So I had to basically cut it around with the saw to make it thin enough. I had to cut a bit off the bottom because you've got the cone like that.
Yeah.
I had to cut a bit off the bottom so it wasn't quite as wide, could go in, but then I had to cut out the notch to make it fit over the bit in the middle. So I had to basically shorten it.
I'm proud of you, soldier.
I know. I was making it like a real human boy and everything using a saw.
I'm disappointed that no one in your chat messaged me to let me know you had the saw out.
They probably did.
I'm even more disappointed that I didn't make it in. I must have been in the land of sleepiness.
Yeah, probably.
So
I'm sure they're probably telegrams sent and everything at that point.
Oh mate, honestly, I'm impressed.
I was quite impressed. I got away with it.
I'm really proud of you, mate.
I was like, I've screwed up. I know, I'll just hack it around with me saw. Because I had my saw by that point. I was like, I finally get to use my Tamiya cutting saw. I don't know why I said cutting saw as opposed to what? As opposed to a welding saw.
Yeah. Saw, because Tamiya says so.
Yep.
What am I after? That goes on
Panzer Koenig says, pink straw in a Time Team mug. Sounds like a Latvian Eurovision Song Contest entry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, Fox can count to 4, says Johnny. Wait, can I?
I was going to say, what he's not showing you is he's got an abacus just off shot.
I demand a recount.
No, we've got toes. That's what we use.
Yep. Me and Festa, we count using orc numbers. We can count past 4. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, many.
Lots. Yeah,
lots. Many. Lots. Is it lots or is it many? It's lots, isn't it?
I think it's lots, isn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think they go up to 6 and then it's just after that it's just lots.
Yeah, there's lots of that.
What's 6 plus 1? Lots.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Because it's orcs, isn't it?
It's orcs, isn't it? I can see what's going to happen, you know.
What's that, mate?
Well, I've said for ages that I'm going to build my Imperial Guard army.
Yeah.
And then I started building these the Space Wolves.
Yeah.
I thought, well, I can lump them into my Imperial Guard. And then I started building these Death Guard. So I can see that's what's going to happen.
You're going to fall out the stream. That's what's going to happen. Bless him. Panzer saying Pink Straw in a team mug sounds like a Latvian Eurovision Song Contest entry, and that was already read out, wasn't it?
That was read out, that one.
Yeah, he's back. So anyway, yeah, being that you didn't fall out the stream.
Yeah. So yeah, I can see that I've not even started painting my Imperial Guard yet, and I'm building Death Guard. So I won't even get to paint these guys because I'll start building orcs.
Yeah, you're going to end up like me. You're going to end up doing an orc army, aren't you?
Well, that's the thing. The more I watch you doing your orc stuff, and the sheer joy you're having just farting around with it, it's making me want to build orcs.
Obviously, I will say what that statement I just made could drop me in it there. I'm not saying I'm going to build an orc army. I meant if I did.
Now, I should point out that I said nothing when you said that. I remained mute.
I know you did.
And you then dragged yourself under the bus.
I did.
You did. You've got so conditioned that you'll just do it to yourself if we don't do it.
It's going to end up as a buddy build on here, isn't it? On the Friday frolic of an orc army.
I don't know, because by the time I get round to doing it, you'll built everything.
Because I will run out of vehicles to have in primer at some point. It's going to happen.
Yeah. But if we did a buddy build, then at some point I'd be like, I've just ordered a squig off, and you'd be like, oh, bollocks.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you bastard.
It squeaks though, innit?
Or I'd be like, Cole, what? I've just ordered some grot tanks. Oh, crap.
Yeah. I'd be like, cheers, mate. Like,
no, I'm knackered now, you git. Yeah, but them grot tanks. Oh.
They are cute.
They're so adorable. I love the mega tank, which is not mega at all. I love it.
Yeah, it's about the size of a toon tank, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's like a battleship, but the size of a cat. It's great. That's the thing that makes orcs so good, is the humour. I do love the way Games Workshop get the humour in there, even in their grim dark.
Well, it's orcs, isn't it? It is calamitous, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which, dare I say it, us two are known for our slight scattiness, aren't we? So.
Yeah. They are described quite genuinely by Games Workshop as football hooligans in space.
I don't know, what more can I say?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I can't even argue that.
Si Reynolds, that was brilliant timing.
Yeah.
I was thinking you could use one of the toon tank aircraft carriers for a grot mega tank build. Yeah, if you wanted to build your own mega tank, you could just use one of them toon aircraft carriers.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the mega tank, it does look like a sort of battleship.
Yeah, there are going to be...
Whatever you do, Colin, don't go to Forge World right now and look up the grot mega tank.
No, I'm not going to because it'll end badly for me.
I'm not going to do it because I've just done it a minute ago.
Oh, you didn't?
No, that's what I'm saying. You're saying without saying it, you're going, I'm not going to do that because I've just done it a minute ago.
No, you both got me to do it the other week, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, we didn't get
evil.
you to do any. We didn't
Pure
get you
evil.
to do anything. We just made delicate suggestions of actions you might take in the future.
You both harassed me and forced me onto Forge World.
There's no harassing. No harassing.
Didn't sound plausible, that, did it?
We simply made suggestions.
Yeah.
Just because we waved our hand in our best Obi-Wan Kenobi voice, you will look at these things. That's no point.
Yeah, I still had to click the button. I know what's coming.
I'll tell you what. They're making this. They're making this new Star Wars series, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah.
And they've got what's his face actor person to reprise.
Who? Ewan
McGregor. Yeah, to reprise the role.
Yeah.
It's going to be really awkward to watch because I've got so used to watching the Clone Wars animated series. Yeah. And so used to the voice actor that does Obi-Wan in that, because he does a very good impression of Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
And I'm going to sit there and be like, that doesn't sound like you. I'll be watching Ewan McGregor and be like, no, it doesn't sound like Ewan McGregor at all, that.
Yeah, that other bloke does Ewan McGregor better than Ewan McGregor.
Yeah, it's like, I want him to sound exactly like the guy from the Clone Wars. He's a very good voice actor, whoever does it. He's very, very good. It's just because I haven't actually listened to Ewan McGregor for a long time. in my brain now. That's what Ewan McGregor sounds like.
Cy Reynolds.
What?
I'm doing it now. I'm calling him bloody Cy Reynolds, isn't I? Cy says, "Listen here, Wilkinson." He says, "We may have lent you the JCB, but you're the one who put the biggest bucket in the world on it and got to digging."
Yeah, he's absolutely right.
You are evil, the pair of you. It was a well played and well executed conspiracy. Almost as good as when Fox convinced me to get the Kshatriya gunman.
Kshatriya.
What you need in your stash are the two following items. What's
Yes.
that, mate? A Kshatriya. Okay, so I got it. I'm like, I'm going to build it. And then he went, perfect grade Zaku. And stupidly, I've gone and put one on the wish list.
Stupidly, you were listening with your ears when our words fell out of my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what Fox is good at is he's good at extending his stash so that it becomes my stash. That's what he's doing.
I like to extend my stash vicariously through other people.
This is what Vincent did to me with armour.
And can I just point out, by the way, that's half the story. Just to get myself out of the mire there.
Yeah, I might have omitted some of the more.
You might have omitted the bit where you said, "I really want to get a perfect grade."
Yeah, what one would I go for?
Yeah, that bit. Rather than making out I'm doing all the shepherding. No.
I might have uttered that phrase.
You might have primed the pump absolutely
innocently, yes. But yeah,
dude, you said the phrase to me. There's no innocently about it.
Yeah, I should have realised as soon as I did, shouldn't I? Really?
That's like saying I may have taken a box of matches into the arsonist convention, but innocently, no.
Nah.
No
one's buying it, are they?
Nope. They all know you too well. You get no sympathy.
Tough crowd.
Absolutely.
Yeah, got to get around to building that. That's what I mean. I've got so much stuff that I need to get on with the channel. I need to sort me man cave out.
Sort your man cave out.
Yeah, get it all done and dusted, and then I can get on.
Totally Scale Model says, "But will you be watching the new Marvel series, Fox?" I've watched the first episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I need to watch the rest of them. You know, the whatever that is. I've watched the first episode, but I've not gone back and watched the rest yet.
And a big hiya, Steve, as well, mate. Hope everything's all right, buddy.
Yes. Hello.
And I take it the crash is on this week, Steve. If it is, pop over and see it, folks. Join Steve, James and Carl on the Saturday crash.
Saturday crash. Not right now because it is Saturday, but it's not on.
Yeah, it's not on until 8 o'clock in the evening, but yeah.
Richard Pezzle is in. He says he's back. Oh, that was about me when I fell out. Yes, hi, Steve. Oh, who put that? Oh, fascists.
What's that?
Oh, they've put a nub between two raised details that's just impossible to do.
Oh, that's a shoddy, mate.
Oh, and I've gouged one of the raised details, which is a bit rubbish. But then again, it's Death Guard, so I've got some leeway about that.
Battle damage?
Well, just Death Guard. But do you want? Here's an example of how how like 40k is grim and dark, and it's grim dark. An example of how grim and dark 40k is when you look at Death Guard, Plague Marines, which are just corrupted Space Marines.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see they have like a head on a stick or a head on a chain.
Yeah.
Like a rotted human head that's all like got flesh on it. It's like half skull, half flesh.
Yeah.
They're actually grenades.
Oh, right, yeah.
But they are actually human heads. But they're also human heads that are grenades that are still actually alive and aware. That's how grim and dark 40k can get. And what they do is when the grenade explodes, it's a pox grenade, so it just blasts out plagues and disease. Yeah. But it's a conscious and aware human head. Most of the skin is hanging off, and it's all you can see the skull. It's like that's so it could go from grim darkness like that to like just fun like the orcs. I love 40k so much.
Yeah, you're going to end up same as me. You're going to end up doing an orc army. I can see it. I'm resisting, but
I've got a few of the vehicles. I've got the built and ready for prime and painting. I've got the I've obviously got a Waz Bomb Dacker set.
Yes, got the booster blaster as well, wouldn't you, like me?
I've got the booster blaster. I've got the Rooker Truck Squig buggy.
Oh, I haven't got one of them yet.
You need one of those. It's just covered in
Why
squig.
did I know that was coming?
It's got like one of quite a few different types of squig on it.
I'll get one of them then.
It's I've got the Rooker Truck Squig buggy. I've got the custom booster blaster. I've got the Rooker Truck Squig buggy, custom booster blaster, the one that's an aircraft with tracks, scrapjet, knacker box, whatever it's called, the scrapjet, dang bangle. I can't remember. It's the one that's got like a bloke, it's like a pilot. It's like the fuselage of a plane, but with tracks and wheels.
Oh right, yeah.
The scrapjet thingy. I haven't got the shock jump drag stickers. That one didn't interest me too much.
Which leads up to my next question. I take it you can get squig sets, can you?
Not for 40k. That's we were talking about this the other day in the chat. One of the chats. When it comes to Warhammer stuff, a lot of the squigs that you see are actually Age of Sigmar.
Yeah.
There's not that many squigs. Given that squigs are such a big part of orc culture.
Yeah.
There's not that many squig. You can't buy a standalone. I don't think there's. Si can correct me, but I don't think there's many squig sets at all for 40k. Can you just? I think
that surprises me. He says Boomdacker Snazwagon.
I've got that one.
Megatrack Scrapjet.
That's it. Yeah, the Boomdacker Snazwagon, which is the guys with the Molotov cocktails and stuff.
Yeah.
And the Megatrack Scrapjet. But yeah, Si can confirm there's not that much to buy for. I mean, they're bringing out some stuff this year, which they've announced already. The snaggers, the orc snaggers, whatever they're called, which are specifically squigs.
Yeah.
And squig based. They are literally specifically because they're like squigs that they ride. And that's some of the new stuff coming out this year. But I think Si will confirm there's not a lot of specific squig stuff for 40k, which is weird. Yeah. There's a few bits and bobs, but nothing major. There's a lot more in Age of Sigmar.
Yeah. Steve's just confirming that they're doing a crash tomorrow evening. He's hosting it, so it'll be streamed on his channel. So there you go, folks. Pop over to Totally Scale Models and go and give them a visit for the Saturday night crash.
Yep.
Remember to like, subscribe, and thumbs up the stream.
We have an emergency situation.
Oh dear.
Nim has stubbed her toe and it gushed blood.
Oh.
Did you stub it into like a blade of some sort? Because if you stub it and it's gushing blood, that's more than a stub.
Yeah.
Get a plaster on it, Nim. Get it in some cold water. Get it in a bowl of cold water, and take it easy. I think what you need to do is get your toe in a bowl of cold water and eat cake. Cake makes everything better, or ice cream.
Is it as serious an injury as Fox smacking his knee on his bench? That's the question.
Is it a serious injury as breaking your toe when you fight the bloody brambles? Bloody brambles. Flipping hate bramble. I hate bramble now more than... I hate ivy, but ivy never broke my toe.
I fell out. This is back in the days when we had a bath in the bathroom before I got me sit-in shower fitted. This is the reason why I got the sit-in shower is we used to have the bath with the shower in it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we've got that. You just have a shower curtain around your bath, basically.
I went to get out of that and, of course, lost me balance and dislocated both my ankles.
Oh.
Yeah, hence why we ended up getting the sit-in shower installed. It was like...
Yeah. I keep thinking about that. I keep thinking about that for Mama Fox, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because, it's not practical.
Yeah. The bathroom now is just a complete wet room. It's tiled all four walls, floor seated and sealed, and you just basically go in the corner of the room, sit in there and do your thing, and
get it sorted.
Absolutely.
It's the way forward.
Oh, absolutely.
Unfortunately, it just costs a fortune.
So. Yeah. And then they says to me, you could have got that on the state because of the situation you're in. I went, well, no one told me that. I went out and paid for it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's done. I would have felt kind of wrong having the state pay for it anyway. It's like,
no, but yeah, you could have.
Seem right. Yeah.
If you can, if you can afford it, then yeah, pay for it. But if you can't afford it, then you.
Oh yeah. Oh no, believe you me, mate, we couldn't afford it. Bloody hell. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was one of those.
You shouldn't have felt bad if you'd known.
No, we just put a little bit extra on the mortgage, mate, and it covered it that way. But yeah. Oh, Lynn's playing with the Festa icons there on the channel. Oh, bless you.
Just for fun.
Those that can join my channel get their own custom icons. If you'd like to join the Festa 67's workshop channel, feel free to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Does that constitute good? Does that constitute good pimping? Because I'm imminently about to realise I haven't put our build names up.
Keep going.
If you'd like to like and subscribe to both our channels, you can see them on the tickery boo just below us.
Mm-hmm.
And just above there, if you want to get there and support the channel, you can on patreon.com Festa67's workshop.
Yep.
And if you want to get our attention and have your name in big bold, you can choose. If you choose, you have the option to do a super chat.
You're really uncomfortable saying all that, aren't you?
I am. Is it notice?
Really? Yeah. You're like, and if you wanted with the thing, and you can do with the pushing and the buttons and the debate.
I try.
You're not comfortable doing that.
It doesn't come naturally to me, mate, if I'm honest. But
yeah,
it's a barrier I should overcome, but I just struggle to overcome it, and I don't know why.
I know. You need to.
I know. It just
every time you don't pimp, a kitten dies.
Just seems wrong.
There goes another kitten. You've done it. You've killed another kitten.
Oh yeah, I just don't want people to think, oh, there's that bloody Festa bloke.
There you go. There's another kitten. It's just dropped dead. You're killing all these kittens. Stop it.
You're not going to let me get away with it, are you?
Nope. Think of all the kittens. Think of the kittens. Damn you with the slushy kittens. Yes, slushy kittens. Only if they've been sat there for a while after you killed them.
I am not killing the kittens.
Every time you avoid pimpage, a kitten dies.
He messaged me earlier on this evening and went, have you pimped? Knowing full well I hadn't, because there was a total absence on social media of any reference for the show. And I'm like,
well, I didn't check everywhere. I checked the Boom Hut and I checked the first. I checked the workshop group, and I thought, I'll assume he's not pimped, but I don't want to say, dude, you totally forgot. I'll try and be tactful and polite about it. Have you pimped, dear boy? And then there was a half an hour gap, and then he went, yes.
Yes.
And I was
like, I frantically did it.
Yeah, when you said it back saying yes, I thought, he's missed out. I have just done that, yes.
Yeah, I thought, I'll send yes, because he might not have noticed that I haven't pimped it, but then he would have messaged me because he's noticed I haven't.
Yeah.
There was
the 10-minute pause between me asking and him answering was absolutely because he was suddenly feverishly pimping it everywhere.
I was. Yeah, I was bad. Yeah.
Because I was
Britishness,
like, I was like, shall I post something up? I thought, no, he's got to learn to pimp for himself.
He's got to do it himself. He's taking baby steps, and I will make sure he does it.
Yeah, I can't be there for him forever to do it for him.
Yeah, it's like, Festa, I've taken your reins off. Now, come on, go and do as you're told.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you just trump then?
I might have done.
I just heard this little in my earpiece, and I thought either that's my chair or that was a very tiny trump.
No, I thought I'd got away with it. I'm so sorry.
Cole, you have to remember, I've got an earpiece right in my ear.
You've got hearing like a shithouse rat, isn't it?
I have got hearing. My ears are perfectly attuned for people trumping.
Oh, bless
I will never not point it out on somebody else's stream. Also,
Edward Leonard's kindly put in a $5 super chat, bless him, because he says, because I sent my Fox one today, so happy Friday. Thank you very much, Edward.
Yeah,
that is massively appreciated, mate.
Yeah, nice one, Edward. And again, thank you for mine. It was very, very kind of you.
But yes, you have got a good hearing, mind you. Yeah, that's supposed to. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well, don't forget says Trump.
don't forget. I mean, because we've got all noise cancellation stuff on our microphones.
Yes.
The only things I can hear are you talking, sanding, fiddling with your kit, or any other noise that occurs in the room that isn't just the background noise.
I'll tell you something though, them noise filters are brilliant, because I was in the hangout earlier and I did a video of a 3D print job I had going.
Mm-hmm.
And bearing in mind I've got industrial size fans in here and all of that. And I was surprised when I played it back how noisy this workshop can get. Oh, and yet no one can hear that in the hangout or in the stream, and it's surprising.
Yep. The downside, of course, is that you have to teach yourself not to talk quietly.
Yeah.
Because if you talk quietly, then every other would. It just you get halfway through a sentence and it just stops. It gets if you talk too quietly, it just cuts you off. So
my YouTube voice don't work, does it? On a
No. So I found that when I'm doing a live stream, sometimes I'll turn away from the microphone to look at my monitor, or to go and get to get something off the other desk, and I'll be talking to the audience, and I'll turn around and to grab something, and it'll just cut me off because it drops that volume threshold. So you have to be kind of aware of it.
Oh, but yeah. This is why I've put me camera and my microphone on separate boom arms now.
Yeah, I can't do that. I've still got no way to attach my boom arm from microphone to anything other than the bench, sadly.
Trying to think, because I use little 3D printed boom arm mounts. So send us a picture of where you want to mount it, and I'll knock you something up, mate.
If it's just the mount that I've got is the little C clamp, you put the tightening thing underneath and it does that.
Yeah.
That's great because it can clamp to the workbench like that. But it's just not. I could clamp it to the thing that's behind the workbench, but it's like that tall.
Yeah.
And it's too big for the clamp. So I'm just a bit. There's nothing else I can clamp it to. There's nothing else there apart from this metal bar behind the workbench, which is like that. Like if the workbench is like that, and it clamps, the thing behind the workbench is like a metal bar that's that way.
Yeah.
And it's just not quite tall enough to. Because I could clamp it on, but even then it'd probably still spin round anyway. So I think what I'd need is a block to go around the metal thing at the back, and then a bit sticking out that the clamp. Like a cube that can go around that. I'll send you a photograph or something.
Yeah, and I'll see what we can come up with for you, mate.
Like a two half thing that can go around the metal tube.
Yeah, I was thinking of the scaffold clamps. You know what they use on scaffolding? They're like two horseshoes with a bolt each side.
Yeah, that's
and they
kind
clamp
of it.
Together like an exhaust. You know the old style exhaust pipe clamps.
I can actually.
One of them would do it.
Well, the thing is, it's not a round tube. It's not a tube behind there. It's a metal bar like that. It's literally that shape, but it's about that tall.
Oh right, yeah, I'm with you.
So that's one thing. The square thing going around like that. If you had like a square thing round it, but with the bit sticking out the front, because then the clamp can go on that. Yeah. So if I clamp the clamp to that, if it could fit, it would still spin round. It probably.
Yeah.
It's not the end of the world. It's just not ideal.
No, I mean, I made a point of having my microphone and that mounted away from the bench. So when you bank the bench, you don't get that horrible microphone dung noise.
Well, that's what I need, but there literally is nothing else I can mount the microphone to, unfortunately. Because I need the microphone right in front of me.
Yeah.
But there's literally the bench or the thing behind it, and that's all I can actually do.
Candy Grandma from Mungo's put in a $5 super chat. He says, because Trumps are universally hilarious, always have been and always will be. It's something all humanity can agree on.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Candy Graham. It's much appreciated, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I stealthily tried to disguise it, and it didn't work, did it?
No. It was not a cushion creeper. And for just in case there is any confusion, by the way, to anybody who's not in the UK, when Jeff says Trumps, Trump is a British slang word for fart.
Yes.
So we're not talking politics here. So.
Yeah, we're not talking Donald.
Yeah.
We are talking
Yeah.
Trumpets.
So it's nice that Jeff can knows that. Because that's quite cool. But a lot of Americans don't realise that Trump is a slang word for fart over here.
No, that's it. Yeah, it's for that trouser cough that we all tried to disguise when we're live on air and failed miserably to do so.
Oh yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time I've done that.
Nope.
It's the other week when Dad did Easy, thought he had muted his microphone and he hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it was perfect timing because me and Dave both went really quiet and all of a sudden you just heard rip. It's like, you're right there, Dad. He went, is my microphone not muted?
No.
I'm really sorry. It was beautiful, mate. Brilliant.
See, I don't know because it's not my stream. I don't know if you'd want trumping on your stream or if you'd want us to hide it and just try and hide it. Like if I need to do parpage, am I supposed to hide it? Or do I just let it
go, mate. Let rip. Bloody hell, mate. If it's anything like the ones you normally do.
For some reason, quite often when me and Colin finish the stream, I always manage to let out a massive drum just after the stream's gone off air.
As soon as it says you've now back in the recording studio.
Like big juicy window rattler.
Psycho Fish has put a $10 super chat in, says,
Yay.
I'm just going to drop in here and leave this. Got to go to Dad's trying to catch me and get his credit card back.
You can hear Dad coming though. He's not exactly stealthy.
No, bless him. He was feeling a bit poorly earlier, so we ended the hangout early because he's eaten something that's not quite agreed with him, and he's got a bad stomach and he's feeling a bit sick. So me being me, packed him off the bed with messages if you need anything, and so he should be better tomorrow. But
sorry to hear that, Dad. Get better, Dad. I know you won't be watching this.
But Psycho, you're right, mate. He's been trying to catch you for ages, isn't he, buddy?
It's never going to happen.
Well, the funniest one talking about Dad was it on the Friday Frolic or was it on one of the brunches? I'm trying to think what show it was, but anyway, he went to the loo, and you heard obviously.
He forgot to turn the microphone off.
Yeah, it was proper TK moment, but then you had that beautiful moment at the end where he went, and when he come back, we waited a while, and then just leant into the microphone and went, and he went, what are you doing? I said, that's the noise you made when you went for a wee. He went, you didn't hear that, did you? Yes, we did. It is brilliant.
See, when we mock him for his Yeti blue balls, and yet it can still pick up that.
Yeah,
it's like, see, he's not that bad. He picks you up having a wee.
Bless him.
Yeah, it's a proper TK, that is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Poor old TK. That was the Bluetooth earpiece one, wasn't it?
Yeah. For anybody that doesn't know, way back in the day, we did a few like. There used to be a secret group for all the moderators in the Boom Hut called the Treehouse. Yeah. And we used to do a little sort of video podcast, and TK was one of the members of that. And he would sit there. He had a gaming headset that he used for the stream microphone, so he had that on with the microphone. And he went to the loo, but he absolutely forgot that his gaming headset was a Bluetooth cordless headset.
Yeah.
So he went to the loo and did a great big wee, and we heard all of it. We're like, dude, turn your microphone. But I don't know how he managed to mute his headphones so he couldn't hear us.
Yeah.
But he hadn't muted the microphone. So, yeah.
Proper. Yeah. He's never lived that down, because, of course, we don't mention it whenever we see him.
Nope, not ever.
Whenever he comes in, TK, have you muted your mic? Yeah.
Yep. Bless
that
him.
And Tony's Haroldite the Wonder Horse. Legend.
Oh, yeah. It's not sadly something we can do, or we've not done for a while, because TK's just not got time anymore.
No,
he's a dad now.
Yeah, he's got dad now. He's a dad now. He's got little baby TK.
Yeah.
And, because there was Will as well, wasn't it? The guy that did the DS9 build.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, we all kind of, a lot of us just kind of went our own ways. Ant from...
Ant Crumb, wasn't it?
Ant Crumb, yep. Bashing Kits.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
He got married and got a puppy and stuff. I think life just got in the way.
Yeah. They all abandoned us, Fox, didn't they, mate?
People come and go. It's, it does, in a way, it doesn't bother me. People come and go. That's fine.
Absolutely.
It is the order of things.
It's the beauty of this hobby. I mean, I had, 22 years away from it. So, yeah, maybe longer than that even.
Nim says, internet spazzed for a bit. What have I missed? I don't know. When your internet spazzed.
I may have done a trouser cough that Fox has mocked me for, Nim.
Oh yeah,
he's a bully and he's picking on me.
Yeah, Colin tried to squeeze one out without us realising, but I've got ears like a shithouse rat, and I heard all of it.
No. Can't get away with anything, not with Fox.
No. Look at that. He's a meaty dude, isn't he?
Oh, he is. Let's have him full screen.
Meaty fella. He's got cloakage.
Oh,
no, I've not put his cloakage on yet. I'm showing him off and I've not even stuck his cloakage on yet.
I'll let you put cloakage on and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah, there you go. Cloakage should occur.
Yeah, you've got to have the correct.
Do I want to glue his cloakage on now though, or can I actually paint him with it on? Is it going to be a pain in the arse? I can probably get to paint most of that, to be honest.
Scale Modelling Chaos says, I think Dad's tummy's bad because of all the chocolate trifle he scoffed out. Yes, he did eat a whole chocolate trifle in the hangout.
Oh, really?
But no, he cooked some fried eggs, or did some eggs earlier, and he said the whites felt a bit rubbery, and he's been a bit jippy all night and really looked quite nauseated almost. And
oh yeah.
It's that typical egg thing, isn't it, when they don't agree with you? Yeah.
I remember a couple of months ago, I made dinner for me and Mama Fox.
Yeah.
And we bought like some, we've got carrots and spuds and onions and stuff. And I used to it was like a Fox's mess. So I did potatoes and carrots that are boiled, and you get the rice, which is steamed, and I get onions, which is fried in with the meat, whatever the meat was going to be. If the meat was being fried in a frying pan. If it's not fried, if I'm not making meat in the frying pan like mince or something, then if it's sometimes I'll do a Fox's mess and just get some big fat hot dog sausages and chop them up and dump them in with the veggies.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's just a nice bit of flavour.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I can't remember what it was, but whatever it was, the onions were clearly just not quite right.
Yeah.
Because we've been getting all our, because we can't go anywhere, we're getting all our groceries from the Amazon now, which is Amazon and Morrison's.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I've been using that in the pantry.
Yeah, but it's all really good, except every time you get a pack of onions, half of them are already gone, mouldy.
Yeah.
And it's so you have to throw half of them out, but the other half of them, it's they're just about to turn.
Yeah.
So I think basically one of them had either got to that slightly squishy stage, but I hadn't picked up on it, and I just chopped it up and sliced it and dumped it in with the rest of them.
Yeah.
So me and Mama Fox ate our tea, and by God, for the next 3 or 4 days, we were broken.
Yeah.
We both, basically, I got horrendous nausea.
Yeah.
Felt sick as a dog, and then just got raging hosepipe arse for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then Mama Fox was like, you're suffering, I'm not. And then she got it, and I was like, now you're suffering.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was it was a week of toilet time. It was horrible.
Yeah,
and that was good, is it? That's just from maybe one funky onion. So I've been very wary of those onions since then, because...
Oh, yeah, so you should be.
You don't expect to get the onions out of a packet, and one of them is already mouldy. Right, there you go. I've glued his cloak on.
I'll just put your full screen, mate.
Read your comment first, though.
Wayne Model Works has put in a $5 super chat.
There you go. That's what your super chats look like.
He says, your website is looking great, Cole. He says, looking forward to my Skyrim Saturday with Fox. Yes.
I've not looked at your website yet. What's the website address?
Festa67's workshop.com.
.com.
Yeah, there is a website, and as you can tell, I've really not been pimping it, have I?
Nope. So there you go. There's that dude. Look at that. I've got a funky cloak he's got.
Oh, look at that.
He's got all the gubbins hanging off the back. What has he got? He's got a skull in his backpack. He's got tentacles coming out. There's one of his pox grenades, which is some poor bugger's head on a chain. You can see all the bits inside the head there where the bones and stuff are.
Oh, nice.
He's got tentacles. He's got a bit of a cloak going over. You can almost see his head under that cloak, but not quite. He's got horns sticking out. There's tentacles on his arm. He's got a big power fist. This is why I like the Death Guard. They're just gross. And he's got a little sort of flying demon thing here. It's like a big blue bottle with tentacles, if you can really see.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That is really nice, mate.
That's going to be great fun to paint, because it's all, the beauty with Death God is they're all made, it's all plague and pox and decay and rot, so you can do a crappy messy paint job and cover it in rust and weather. You can take me off full screen now, dude.
Oh, of course, yeah, I'll totally. See, I'm useless, isn't I?
That's the beauty of it. There's no such thing as a neat paint job with Death Guard. You can go as scruffy as you want because they're supposed to be rotting and decaying and just covered in filth, and it's great. Angus Allett's in. Hello, just in time for nasty. Angus Allett says, "Hello, just in time for nasty hosepipe anecdotes."
Yeah. Absolutely, mate.
Water, refreshing, especially through big, big pink straw TM.
Yeah, yes, the website's a work in progress. It's just like you say, it's an area where all your social media links are and all that gubbins, and it's just
Who'd you go with? Was it Squarespace or Weebly?
I was still with I was still with GoDaddy from back in the day when I run my own company. So I just basically continued the domain and everything, just renamed it. So because my old
trike
website, my old trike website was on there, and my old streets website was on there. So I just thought, well, kill them off and just use that. So it's up there for the moment. It's a work in progress. I've got some video content gone up for the big Rossi part works, as you know.
Every time you say Rossi, all I can hear in my head is the theme tune to the Mr. Rossi cartoon series. Mr. Rossi, what you want?
Yeah, the big Valentino Rossi bikes up there. Just to get some content up there, but I want to neaten it up and, put the links in for me Amazon stuff and all the bits and pieces that people keep asking me for.
Yeah.
They'll be able to go to the website, and then from there they can go Teespring, Patreon. They can go to all of the destinations from there. So.
When I started my website, I had a blog on it as well.
Yes.
Until I realised that was a massive pain in the arse to maintain, so I killed that off.
Yeah, I was thinking of it, but I was reluctant to start one.
I wouldn't bother for one reason and one reason alone, and that is you have to remember to do a blog entry every time you post a new video.
Yeah.
And it's like, I've just spent 20 minutes doing all my social media links. I can't be arsed.
Yeah.
The one thing I do find handy, having a website, is I know that most people don't go to it. People that watch you on YouTube, there's no reason for them to ever go to the website. The website's just there to catch people who don't know you on YouTube.
Yeah.
The one real handy thing about it is when people say, where can I find your videos about this, that, or the other?
Yeah.
Instead of going to my YouTube channel and finding a playlist and then sending them a link to that specific playlist, I just send them to my website where there's a page with all my playlists on it.
Yes.
So I say, go to this page and click on the playlist for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've just got like a thumbnail for each playlist. So it's just
that's the stage I'm getting at with it. I did a bit of work on it just to get the website up and running. I put the Valentino Rossi part work up.
Mr. Rossi, what you want?
As you know, I've been dealing with the model space Phanome.
Oh yeah, Phanome.
So so that was up there for that, but also, like I say, my key playlists for key channel videos will go up there. It's a similar thing, really. And then I'm getting to the point now where, like, each day I want to go onto my social media and and metronomically educate myself to do it every day. So
yeah. I mean, I just treat mine as really, it's just an archive, really, because I know I'll get traffic from the website to the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But it's not reciprocal. There's no reason for anyone, like I say, who sub to me on YouTube, to go to the website, because it's just really just links to.
Well, this is it. I mean,
YouTube, which they're already on anyway. So
a lot of people go, "Oh, have you got Twitter? Have you got this? Have you got that?" Whereas now I can say, "Well, if you go to the website, the .com, you'll see all the links on there for where I am on social media, so they'll be able to go in and select the platform that they're after." So.
For me, the other thing, I'm going to sneeze any minute now, by the way. So if
Yeah, you go for it, mate. Will you do a tiny little pop?
No, oh God, there's nothing worse than farting when you do a sneeze. It's just death.
Oh, you are at that age. When you turn 50, that becomes a thing.
Oh, it's always been a thing for me, but it's the most painful thing in the world. It's like shitting.
Yeah.
It's like shitting razor blades.
Mate, you have to pucker when you hiccup because you're shit scared in case you're going to pop an olive.
Pop an olive.
It's like, no, what will happen?
But yeah, the apart from the handy playlist link.
Yes.
Because if I send them just a playlist, they see all the episodes for that playlist. If I send them to the website page, they can see all my playlists with these attractive thumbnails, and they can be tempted to find more. But the other thing is the gallery. I use it massively as a gallery.
Yeah.
So say, if I want to show people the finished build, I can just send them to the gallery for that particular build, rather than trying to find a picture on Facebook that I posted 2 years. Forget that. Have you got any pictures of this thing you built? Have you got any pictures of this thing you built? Yeah, here's a link to it. There you go, done.
Absolutely. Angus Allert's going, yo, Wayne Model Works, how much for a blue spanner? Well, for me, all my patrons and YouTube members get a moderator's blue spanner for me channel. So whatever option you want, it's entirely up to you, Angus. But that's my little reward for me channel members and patrons is they get to be a spanner on me channel, my man. Yeah, and of course, you also get a nice little funky icon that you can use next to your name, like Lynn Dipple's got there of a little Festa pork pie hat or whatever. So, yeah. And that starts from 99p upwards, my friend.
There you go, pimpage.
Am I doing well? Am I getting the hang of that?
Yeah, you're getting the hang of it. You're starting to get there.
Good. You won't believe how nauseating and I've got to go over
by this point, I don't offer that to my patrons and supporters.
Yeah,
and it's too late for me to introduce it now, but I don't do that. But if I was answering that question, I'd say it's how you get a spanner is you give me money. Give me money and you get a spanner.
Angus goes, I'm just joking around, Cole. Yeah, no worries, mate, but yeah, not a problem. But yeah, for anyone that was wondering, that's how it happens.
Yeah.
And then Lynn Dipple puts all their icons in, bless her.
Yeah, you become a patron or a channel member. Go to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click the join button underneath any of his videos or live stream.
Yes.
And you can become a member, and you get all kinds of funky stuff.
I was quite shocked when that first appeared. I was like, because you know what happens, you get to 1,000 subs. Not everyone gets the join button, do they? Because it's,
Well, at the time when you got it, and it was still kind of being rolled out.
Yeah.
Because they started rolling it out to channels slowly. So, like, some channels got it and some didn't. So
yeah.
I got mine anyway.
Yeah.
But not straight away. But then, you got yours not right after you got to 1,000. It was a while after, wasn't it?
Or
was it quite quick?
No, it was pretty much 24 hours, mate.
Okay. Because when because there was a few people that said to me they said I'm past 1,000, I haven't got mine yet. I said yeah, they're rolling it out. So. Well,
yeah, a lot of folks seem to think it's for viewing hours, don't they?
No, it's monetization is 1,000 subs and 4,000 hours of viewed content.
Yes.
So you need 1,000 subscribers, but you also need to have 4,000 hours of watch time.
Yes.
So if you've got one video that's 2 minutes long and you've got 1,000 subscribers, you're not going to get monetized.
No.
You need people to have watched your content for at least 4,000 hours cumulatively.
Yeah, I mean, I was lucky when I went monetized because I had quite a large back catalogue. And I know when Ted was monetized, when it took him a little while to get the join button because he needed to up his viewing hours, didn't he? But we kind of educated Ted.
Yeah, it's for most people, by the time you get to 1,000 subs, you've probably got enough content there that you probably hit 4,000 hours anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a nice little perk.
Yeah. I mean, by the time they brought all these, because they've changed the requirements for monetization so much. When I got mine, it was literally you need 1,000 subs. That was it.
Yeah.
I think it was 1,000 subs. Yeah, that was it. That was it. And that was fine. But then they brought in the actual viewing hours and stuff as well. So after that.
Scale Modelling Chaos says, Colin really needs a marketing manager to pimp his stuff. The closest he gets to pimping is dressing up in the Super Mac Pimp Daddy costume. Damn, I thought I'd switched out. Yeah, I thought I'd switch the webcam off, mate.
What, you mean the bright cerise pink with the zebra stripe trim around the hat?
No, it was nothing like your straw, mate.
Hey, don't you mock the big pink straw. Make sure if you ever write down the big pink straw, it's capital T, capital B, and capital S. TM. The big pink straw.
Angus says, besides, he says, I'm on the other side of the world and don't often get to catch a live stream due to do moderator duties. That's right, mate. It's not a problem, Angus. Bless you.
I wouldn't worry about moderator duties. In reality, our moderators don't have to do anything because
the streams police themselves.
Yeah, I mean, in Colin's case, most of the people watching are moderators anyway, so I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah.
But on my streams, where it's just a select group of people that are mods, they don't have to do anything anyway because everybody's fairly good in my chats. In our little community that me, Colin, Ted, and Chris have got.
Yeah.
You're all the same guys anyway. We all share the same community, and all our little community is awesome. So.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I've got a lot of members and patrons now that kindly support me, and that's why there's so many spanners in there, mate. It's So I don't have to worry about it. It polices itself.
Well, at the end of the day, anybody coming in to try and cause problems or walk in and be faced with like 40 spanners, they'd be like, yeah, that's not going to happen, is it?
Well, this year, not only that, if they get past Lynn, I'll be amazed. Because, Lynn takes no prisoners, bless her.
It's like going into a pub to start a pub fight and realising every single person in the pub is a copper. You'd be like, oh, bollocks. Let's just not bother then, shall we? You walk in and everybody's uniform policeman, you're like, arse.
Absolutely.
I've got that in my head now.
Oh, no, I'm worried about you now.
Porn times.
Yeah. It's them special films you watch on the late night
special
weekends.
Gentlemen special interest motion pictures. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go, sunning. Stop it.
Unless, of course, he meant me spanner.
Spanner. That's actually a song in Fallout 3. They've got all the old classic 50 songs in Fallout 3.
Oh, right, yeah.
And one of them is a little song called Let's Go Sunning, which sounds really innocent. Yeah. But it's actually from a 1950s nudie film. Oh. Which is basically, they just filmed people in a nudist camp.
Yeah.
Women frolicking around very naked. And it was all very innocent and tame by today's standards. Yeah. But in those days, it was filthy and obscene and depraved. And the song was Let's Go Sunning. It's all about being naked.
All done in that quintessential British manner.
I know it's American, but...
Oh, was it? Yeah.
But it was like, just to listen to the song by itself, you wouldn't have any clue. But when you realise it was from a naturist film...
Wayne says he also gets to hang out with the beautiful Lynn. Oh, bless him. Oh. Lovely. Lynn will be sat there now going, no, stop it. She'll be going all red and...
Oh, you are naughty, but I like you.
Stop it. She'll go, bless her heart. She's a good friend of ours, Lynn.
Yep.
We like Lynn.
Let's go, son. No, stop singing it. Oh, God. It's a really catchy little tune as well.
It sounds it.
It's like a very innocent sounding tune, but when you realise it's from it's not really it's not a porn movie by what we would call a porn movie. No. It's literally like low budget women running around a bit naked.
Seaside postcard stuff.
Well, not so much that. It's just like 1950s. We wouldn't. Yeah. It's not anything. It's like, oh look, there's a breast. There's a bottom. Oh yeah, go. It'd be nothing by today's standards.
RW Hobbies is in. Says, evening guys. Just stopping by to say hi and give a thumbs up. I will watch back later when my kids are in bed. Yeah, not a problem, RW. Have you joined the group RW on Facebook, the Festa 67's workshop group? So if you have, bung your channel link in there. And I'll pimp it on my Sunday Brunch show, mate. Get people to come over and see your channel.
I'm assuming RW Hobbies is not in the UK. Otherwise, why are you kids still up at 2 a.m?
Yeah, no, it's...
Yeah. I'm guessing that's a US or other territory.
Yeah.
Let's go. Stop it. Oh, God, it's stuck in my head now.
This is the beauty as well. Like us, I mean, me and Fox won't mind me saying this, but we are insomniacs, really, aren't we? Let's be honest. And the beauty of doing this stream on a Friday now, it's given us a real good opportunity to catch up with all our old buddies from the other side of the pond. So it's been a breath of fresh air, isn't it, really?
It's nice because like all our content is during the daytime here, so convenient for us, but not necessarily convenient for all you damned Yanks out there and other people in other places where it's not middle of the afternoon. So, you know, we have to show some love for our colonial cousins.
Absolutely, and it's been nice to catch up with you all at a reasonable time for yourselves. So, yeah.
I can't tell if you're sanding or sweeping up.
I'm sanding, mate.
Okay.
Yeah, that real heavy noise is me.
Oh, you're doing the sand dance.
Yeah, I am brutal.
It's like the really slow sand dance. Nobody will know what the sand dance is.
I've got my son round tomorrow giving me a Turkish shave. Oh, so looking forward to that. Yeah.
Of course, he's a hairdresser, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a barber. Yeah. He gets the old straight razor out on my canister tomorrow. Gives me
I was about to say hairdresser, but then I thought, no, he's a barber, dear boy, not a hairdresser.
No, he's done his barber training, his straight razor training, and he's glad that the lockdown's ended because being self-employed, he can now earn some money.
Now, I'm going to tell you now, I'm going to be really disappointed if you turn around and tell me that he didn't bring with him a small transistor radio about that big.
He always does. Yeah,
upon which to have the live football while he cuts your hair.
Yeah, there's always some form of music going on, you know, and his choice of music is bad, mate.
No, you see, to me, when I was a kid in the 70s, my dad used to take me to Barber.
Yeah.
There was a row of shops, and between two of the shops there was a small building that was about 2 foot wide.
Yeah.
And it was a guy called Tony. He was the barber called Tony.
Yeah.
And it was a proper, like, you know, you'd walk in there and there'd be one chair.
Yeah, yeah.
There was one chair, and you didn't have your hair washed. This was the 1970s. This was blokes. This was a men's barber. There was no washing your hair. You go in and you spray some shit on your hair.
Yeah, you get the bottle of water.
He asks you what you want, and then you tell him, and then he ignores that and gives you a short back and sides anyway.
Yeah.
Like this, does all this bit. He's got a fag hanging out of his mouth. There's a transistor radio, you know, that's like mostly speaker, that chrome speaker. And then
the old Dixon special, the speaker with a little grill on it.
Yeah, a little grill, and it's always tuned to football.
Yeah.
And he's even got the little stickers that he's stuck on there that say BBC One, BBC Two, Radio Luxembourg. There's always Radio Luxembourg for some reason.
And every time he was stood in front of it, you'd hear it go.
Oh yeah, but there's always a little transistor radio, and it was always the football.
Yeah,
and it was the kind of barber that would say something for the weekend, sir. As in,
sir.
do you want to buy some condoms?
Yeah, yeah.
And
you only got the one hairstyle, didn't you?
Yeah, whatever you ask for, you get a short back and sides.
Yeah,
and he used to go there. He used to take me there every couple of months for a haircut.
Yeah,
and that was until the days when I just started getting my own, you know, going to hairdressers myself. But and that was it. And he'd have the little drinking glass on the little counter. There'd be a mirror there so you could see in front, and then there'd be the little flat table where there'd be a sink today. Be a little flat table, and there'd be a little drinking glass with his you know, his little cutthroat razor and a normal razor and some tongs. And
you used to have the clipper that they used to use with their hand as well, didn't they, for the hair on the neck?
Yeah. Oh, we'd have that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be like straight in, straight out, basically.
Yeah.
And it was one single chair. It'd be one of them proper red leather barber chairs.
Yeah.
Or the old vintage with the
the one that you didn't move on because it get going.
Oh yeah. And it just smelt like brute. And high karate in there. It just smelled like bad aftershave.
Oh, what was that really bad aftershave they put on the back of your neck that stung like the bejesus? Because they used what was razor the back of your neck, didn't they? And
God, that was probably just like neat ethanol.
Oh mate, it was like bloody petrol being poured down.
It was probably being the 70s and north of England over here. It would probably be Dettol.
Yeah.
Slap, there you go, it's all clean now.
Oh yeah, honestly, it was evil, mate.
Yeah.
I can always remember my mum sent me in there once, and I can always remember the look on the barber's face as he lifted me fringe up because my mum had marked the front of my head with a felt tip on where she wanted me hair to end. I'm like, brutal.
I remember once, like I said, my dad used to take me in there every Saturday, every few weeks, and it was always short back and sides. Always short back and sides. It was the 70s. I was a kid. It was a short back and sides. And when I was old enough to, like, you know, get myself sorted out, my dad didn't need to take me. Yeah. Of course, I'd never been to a hairdresser's, so I didn't know. I just went straight to him because that's where I've been for like 10 years. I went there, and for some reason, I don't know why, because this was in the early 80s by this point, I asked him for a flick. I didn't know what a flick was really. I think it was a trendy haircut at the time. I didn't really know what it was, but somebody mentioned it in a conversation. I love that. Yeah. So I asked him for a flick, and this guy's face was he was like,
"A what?
What?"
Yeah, it's totally out of his comfort zone. I don't do them. Yeah.
So basically, I got my short back and sides, and
yeah, pretty much.
The thing is, I couldn't tell him what a flick was because I didn't really know. It was just something I heard somebody talk about. I thought, oh, I want that.
Yeah.
Because somebody said, oh, flicks are cool. You have to get a flick when you go for your haircut. I'm like, okay, I'll get a flick.
Can I have a flick, please? Get one of them, yeah.
Can I have a flick, please? What's the flick? I don't know. I just know I'm supposed to get one.
Oh, yeah. Edward Leonard says, me and you have such stoner conversations. We do. It's like back in the 80s, wasn't it? Chemists, when you started dating, wasn't it? You would need your pack of three. Yep. And we all used to end up coming out the chemist with a packet of cotton buds, a roll of sellotape, and a
comb. Exactly.
Every Friday you'd get home and put it on the side, disappointed because you didn't have the courage. So it was always a female behind the counter, wasn't it?
Yeah. Or it's like, you know, you could get them from, if it was late enough where it was the days when you could get them from the corner shops.
Yes.
But you didn't have the nerve because there'd be like three other people in the shop and like a mum with a kid, and you'd be like, 20 Lambert and Butler.
or worse still, one of your neighbours.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Oh, you're like, oh, no, I can't. No,
I
she's
can't
from
do
number
it.
4 up the street. Tell me, oh, mate.
And in those days, in corner shops, it was always like they have the counter, and then behind the counter was the guy, and then behind the guy was a rack of cigarettes and condoms.
Yes.
And whether you smoked or not, you'd come out with a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah, 20 Lambert and Butler.
Is that what do you want? Yeah, 20 Lambert, there you go. And I'd be like, I've got a pack of cigarettes. What the hell do I do with that? Do you smoke? No, not really.
And the thing is your mates would say, cotton buds and a comb. Yeah. They'd be stood there with his.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, dear.
It's like so many people's houses had like excessive supplies of cotton buds.
You used to go out on a Friday night of a party 7 looking for a party, didn't you?
Yeah. But if anybody got injured, you'd be great with the TCP and the cotton buds.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Yeah, those are the days.
My mum used to come into me bedroom. What was all these bloody combs and packets of cotton buds everywhere? What's wrong with you, boy? Oh, don't worry, Mum.
Yeah, don't worry about
it. Yeah. Oh, God.
Yeah, those are the days.
And this was before, because obviously when we was that age, the AIDS epidemic was becoming prevalent, wasn't it, back then?
Yeah.
So,
that was the early days of the HIV.
You know, suddenly they become available at every bloody petrol station and everything. But I can remember going into the pub and having the embarrassment of using the pub toilet condom machine.
Oh, God, yeah, I've done that.
That's the most noisiest thing in the world. You'd hear it.
Yeah, because you have to turn the thing and it pops a little, and it's like,
everyone at the bar would be creasing up because they knew what you was trying to get.
Because it's like, because if you ever sat like in all our local pubs, you sit there, and it wouldn't matter if like Led Zepp was on the jukebox at full whack and there was a load of bikers having a fight. Somebody goes to the loo, you don't hear the toilet flush, you don't hear anything. No, from the toilet, because you know there's loud music. But the moment somebody used the condom machine, and you'd be like, just bought some condoms.
Yeah, like, that lad's just got in there to buy a pack of 3, and you'd walk out and they'd all go, "Way!" Well, you know what you're doing. Oh, no.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God.
Oh, bloody hell, mate.
And then as I got older, it was then the embarrassment of, you know, going to Tesco's to get the shopping and getting those as well, and it'd be like, you wouldn't know where to look.
No.
It's like, come on, I'm 35, for Christ's sake, I shouldn't be embarrassed by this.
I know. It's weird though, isn't it? It's like, oh, really?
But then the thing that I never understood, right, and I never quite got this when I was a teenager, you always had like one lad who'd turn up with a porno mag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was always good fun because I never understood how people acquired these things, because the only place I knew you could buy them was like in your newsagents, and they'd be on the top shelf.
Yeah.
But it's like, when did anybody ever walk into a newsagent and walk over and pick up a load of porno mags and say, "I'd like to buy these, please, good man, here is some money.
I'd like to buy this copy of Razzle, if you don't mind, old chap."
Yeah, it's like, I can't imagine anybody ever going into a publicly open newsagents or post office and handing them over on the counter. So how did people actually ever get around to... I don't understand how the
I can always remember as a kid, there was like someone had dumped a stash of porn. And obviously, some poor bloke's missus must have found his stash, and it appeared. Of course, some kids ripped it open, and there's a stash of porn in it. Mate, honestly, around ours in the state, it was like a plague of locusts, because teenage lads were appearing from every street corner. Every street corner on the estate that you could imagine, these 14 and 17-year-old lads that were appearing because someone had found a sack full of porn, mate.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, mate, it's like flies around honeypot, mate.
But it's like, I often look back at it now and think, at what point did any newsagent ever think, I shall stock these magazines because I can see people coming in to buy these regularly, I shall make some money on this? It's like, no.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever going to do it. Did you ever have forest porn?
Oh, what? Where you found a bag of porn in the woods, in the forest? Yeah,
yeah, in the woodlands, or if like in wooded areas.
Yeah, but it's like, how comes we found it? There must be some sick sense, isn't it? Yes, we'll lure these children to this porno stash.
Well, it was always a case like you go, like we don't have any woodlands nearby, but we had a few fields. Yeah. We had like some fields where there'd be like the local community football club, and then there'd be all trees and bushes and stuff. And invariably, at least once or twice a year, you go, because we used to like go and play and climb the trees and pretend the trains that went by on the train line were full of Germans and things like that.
Yeah.
Invariably, somebody would find a plastic bag full of porn magazines.
Scout Model Chaos said, "Why was there always porn scattered through the woods?" We don't know, mate.
And it was like, the best thing was, I remember, I just have fond memories of like being like 8 or 9 years old and finding these magazines and not knowing what the hell was going on. I didn't know what was going on.
No.
There was no sex education in primary school in those days.
No.
I didn't understand any of it. I didn't understand any of it. I'm like, on some level, I was like, I appreciate this. On some level, I don't quite know what the level is. But it was amazing stuff when you were a kid. It's like, I don't know what any of this means, but...
Oh, yeah.
I need to blow my nose. I was going to mute for a second.
Harry Styring says, haha, we had that happen round here where he lived as a kid. He's also saying, they was usually hidden up in the tree fort. Yeah. Wayne's Model Works, he's saying he's got to get himself one of them forests.
Oh, yeah. Hidden in the fork of the tree as well.
Oh, yeah. Claire's in. Hello, Claire. You're right, my love. Saying hello to us and everyone in the chat.
Yeah, clearly he was hanging around in the wrong forest.
It was, though. You would go to an area of the forest that you'd never ventured to before, and suddenly this Excalibur-like stash of old 70s copies of Penthouse appeared.
Yeah, it was always
poking out the corner of a bin bag.
It was always like in the midst of a load of like rhododendron bushes or something, where clearly somebody could go and hide in the middle of these rhododendron bushes and things.
It's how did it get there and why? Why not just throw it in the dustbin and be done with it?
Well, it was probably. I mean, it was looking back. It's probably like teenagers all hiding in the bushes, and doing their dirty business.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. But oh, mate. It always seemed to be, no matter what magazine it was, it always used to be the same people, innit it?
Oh, God, yeah.
It was always that bloke with the obligatory Ron
moustache.
Jeremy moustache and afro, and it's like, who is this weird man?
and it didn't matter who they were or what it was, they always looked French.
Yeah, you'd have some poor Doris who looked like she had had a pouch of old Alban dropped between her thighs. You know, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh my God, there's a hairy brain. What's that?
That's an entire animal. What?
It's like, our hag is real. Oh, bloody hell. Oh,
yes.
mate.
Some of it was terrifying. I mean, to a 7 or 8 year old, some of it was absolutely bloody terrifying. I was like, I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah. And you'd try it. I don't know about you, but you would try and sneak one in the house, wouldn't you?
Oh, I never did that.
You would find what you thought was the most secret and unobvious hideout in your room.
Oh, yeah.
That your mother wouldn't find, and you can bet your bottom dollar the first place she went when she next come into the room was the place that you did the porno mag.
Yeah, because when you're that age, it's a great plan if you temporarily suspend the memory that your mum comes into your room once a week and kicks all your washing up to go and get it off the floor, and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you'd think, yeah, she'll never find it here. Never in a million years. And it'd be, I found this in your room when I was hoovering.
I never actually did that, though. I don't think I ever brought porno stuff home.
Oh, it's the shame. It's the shame. But then she said, at least she said, I suppose you're at that age. She'd go,
yeah.
I'll start knocking before, Mum, don't get them ideas in your head. You don't need to knock.
Yeah,
it was reference material for school I tried using.
Yeah, you don't need to knock, Mum. I'll just put a bolt on the door. You're fine.
Yeah, it's a school project we got to do, Mum. They gave us a practical homework.
Very practical. Lynn's off. I'm off night. I had 4 hours of sleep last night and I'm about to fall asleep now. Night.
Yeah, take care, Lynn. Yeah, I mean, we're not on for much longer anyway, so yeah.
Nah. Yeah, take care, Lynn. Sleep well.
Bless her.
I remember buying the Daily Sport when I was in secondary school and it would do the rounds at lunchtime.
Oh, yeah. World War II aircraft found on Mars, and was it Tina Small, the woman with the biggest bazoomas?
Wait, wasn't that the Sunday Sport?
Yeah.
What's the Daily Sport then? Or is that the Sunday Sport?
The same thing, isn't it?
Same thing, is it?
Yeah, it was both owned by the Dildo Twins, wasn't it? That now own West Ham.
No. Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Sullivan and Gold. Yeah.
I don't understand such things. I have no knowledge of such matters, I'm afraid.
Yeah. No, that's what the West Ham fans call the owners.
Yeah, those are the days. Halcyon days when we didn't know better.
Oh, mate. But it's funny. It seemed such innocent times, didn't it?
Mm. Well, they kind of were when we were that age.
Yeah, no, it's...
There's still a part of me that wishes that it was possible to time travel, because I would love to go back and see what the world was actually like, but like go back now with all my knowledge as an adult.
Yes.
And experience the world then.
Compared to now, yeah.
Well, not so much that, but all the years I lived as a child are the only time that I've never experienced the world as an adult, if that makes no sense at all. But basically, as an adult, I can look around the world and I have memories of things and understand stuff. As a child, I was oblivious to everything. So in my mind, because I was a child and everything was brilliant, the 70s were brilliant and everything was happy and sunny. But in reality, of course, it probably wasn't. I'd love to go back as an adult with an adult mind, just to see what the 70s were actually like.
Yeah. I asked this question before in a live stream. If you could go back to your 15-year-old self or 19-year-old self, what would you say? What advice would you give that young person that you were then, knowing what you know now? Honestly, it's one of them, innit? It's, because at that age, we all felt or thought we knew it all.
Yeah, I can think of a few names I'd pass on to my younger self to avoid. I'd say avoid her, avoid him, avoid that person. Yeah, avoid that. Don't do that. Don't get that job.
I would probably tell myself not to be so trusting, to be a bit more thoughtful with some of the company or folk that I got to know in later life.
I wouldn't actually do any of it, because I know that whatever I said, I'd have forgotten the next day anyway.
Yeah.
Because I was too stupid. But I just love to experience the one decade of my life that I have no concept of what it was actually like, because I was too young to remember it, too young to understand it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the 80s, I was a young adult and I could compare it to my childhood. The 90s, I'd left school and I was an adult, and I could compare that to my childhood, and so on. Each decade I could compare to previous, but the 70s I couldn't compare anything to it because I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I want to know my halcyon memories of those times. I want to know what it was like to be an adult during that decade.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to go back to the 40s or 50s because I used to like the dress sense, you know.
Oh God, yeah.
And how everyone wore hats and how.
I wish men still wore hats. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, we do feel a minority because both me and yourself are avid hat wearers, aren't we? So.
Yeah, but you know what makes me really sad is I don't have the head for hats. My head's got a funny shape to it, so whenever I wear a hat, it never sits right. The crown is never straight on my head. So it makes me sad. I'd love to wear like trilbies and fedoras.
You should spray the inside with water to soak them and put them on your head so they shrink and stretch to the contours of your canister.
No, it's not so much that. It's like my head isn't the right shape. It's like a head should be that shape. Yeah. Mine's kind of not quite the right shape. So just by purely wearing a hat, it kind of stretches it in the wrong direction a little bit, and it always makes the brim not straight or the crown doesn't.
You're not got a hat stretcher, no?
No, it's not. It's not stretching it. It's that my head isn't the right shape.
Oh yes, conformity. Sorry, yeah.
It's not so much size. It's literally that my head is not hat hole shaped.
Yeah.
It's kind of a little bit off, so it pushes the brim out in the wrong way and the crown. And...
Yeah, I mean, my family and that, I've always worn hats, so that's what they've always known me for, People found it strange when I first started doing YouTube, what's with the hat, whereas for me, it was perfectly normal.
I mean, the one advantage of getting old, is that, as I get older, I can get away with stuff.
Yes.
Like if I wanted to walk around wearing a trilby now, nobody would bat an eyelid because I'm a middle-aged bloke. Nobody cares.
Absolutely.
When I was in my 20s, I wouldn't got away with that.
Yeah, exactly. I used to get that a lot. Why you're always wearing hats? Because it's just what I did. I started wearing hats when 17, 18, and it was back then, it was Geordie caps because I was a huge AC/DC fan, and so it was the Brian Johnson style hats, and weddings I always wore a trilby or a fedora. Coming from the area I come from, hats was a big thing. You always dressed the part. Nice 3-piece double-breasted fob. You looked the business when you went to a wedding or a funeral.
Oh yeah. I mean, I when I was growing up and I was a teenager and stuff, I had a real passion for trench coats and 3-piece suits and hats, and I really wished that men still did that because I would have loved to walk around in
definitely
those proper vintage suits and snap brims. Like when in 1989 when the Batman movie came out, I adored the fact that it was kind of had this 1950s vibe to it, so all men wore hats and coats. And I love that made that film for me partly.
It's like the whole steampunk movement. I love that. I love seeing people done up to the nines in the steampunk garb because it just it's a bit old, or it's a bit Victorian compared to what me and you go for. But I just think it's such a great look. It really does look brilliant when done right. I
think steampunk works best on a man of slightly larger proportions than like slightly portly gentlemen tend to pull steampunk off really well.
Because they look Victorian because of the shape of them almost.
They've got that kind of like portly. I don't think I could pull steampunk off.
Oh, I'd be all right then because I'm like the fat controller, mate. You know what I mean? But no, it's strange. If I go out and I ain't got a hat on, I feel naked. It's really weird. I don't feel dressed properly. It's really strange.
I mean, I'd love to wear like trilby or a pork pie or something, but because of the shape of my head, I get really self-conscious because it doesn't sit straight and it's all wrong, and then I just hate it, so I stop wearing it. It makes me sad because I want to wear hats. I really want to wear hats.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, when I buy my pork pies, I tend to soak them. And then I sit there, bung it on my head, and go about me day doing me thing. And by the end of the day, on my head. But I'm lucky because I shave my head. I've got one of them heads. I mean, my hat size is a 60 to 62. You know, depends on what type of hat it is. But once I've got it softened up and it fits, mate, it's like a second skin.
Yeah, but it's just because you've got a normal shaped head. I've got a kind of kidney bean shaped head, which means the hat might fit my head perfectly, the crown of my head, but my face isn't. Yeah. My face isn't like, it's not like, you know, my verticals and horizontals are all 90 degrees. My face is kind of, it's kind of slightly wonky. So
yeah, one side of my face is bigger than the other. It's off kilter, should we say.
So it's like, although the hat might sit correctly for my forehead, my face then looks like it's at a slight angle, and it just looks weird. It doesn't. It makes me really sad.
You need to go to a nice, proper old school hat shop, mate.
Well, this is the problem. I've spent many years trying to do that, but there's no such thing anymore. There aren't many. The nearest places are like down south. It's like
you're going to be talking sort of London area. I mean, I could go and get you a generic size, but you're not going to know until you try it on whether it's right. Whereas in the store, you would, because
that's the thing. You get someone to measure it, because I've tried measuring my own head, but it's impossible. I've bought every time I measured it, I seem to think I'm a 58. Yeah. But I've had so many 58s that are too small and 58s that are too big. So I have no idea how.
I mean, my goggles ones are 59, whereas my normal ones are 60, whereas my fedora upstairs is a 62.
Yeah.
It depends on the materials, but also the amount of padding inside and all of that.
Yep.
Because it was the old trick, if you had a loose hat, you used to fold a bit of newspaper up and tuck it inside.
Exactly. Yeah, if the hat's too big, you can fix it. If it's too small,
no, if it's too small, you're knackered, mate.
There's a well-known hat manufacturer, and I can't remember what it's called now because it's been a few years since I did it.
Yeah.
And I got one of their hats. It was a proper Rat Pack. It was actually called the Rat Pack, and it was a proper 1960s sort of, you know, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra style, 1.5-inch brim trilby.
Yeah. Yeah.
Medium grey with a black band.
Yeah.
Proper 1960s, not a fedora, but like not a British trilby. But a proper 1960s Frank Sinatra style. Beautiful hat. And I measured my head and I got it all right, and I got the hat, and the hat was fantastic, and it was too small.
Oh.
And it looked so stupid. And of course, when I put it on, it stretched one side a bit and made the brim go wrong. I was so sad after that. And it cost me about 90 quid. It wasn't a cheap hat.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They weren't cheap. So, yeah, that's the kind of hat I would like to wear. An inch, maybe 1.5-inch brim. Trilby slash
the proper trim, the trim brim,
19 sort of late 50s, early 60s Rat Pack style.
Harry Styron says you'd be great in steampunk cosplay. You got the sticks, the glasses, and the personality. What them bad boys?
Where's me bases?
Apparently that's supposed to be my new official e-models hat, according to Fox, because it's got the steampunk goggles.
Are they actually clear see-through goggles, or are they solid?
No, you can look through them.
Oh, cool. Hey, we want to see you with the goggles on now. You realise that, don't you?
Oh, you don't.
When you don't do it now, but when you come back to us in a bit at the end of the show, we want to see you with the goggles on.
Might get arrested.
Well, I don't think you'd be arrested on the interwebs.
Yeah. Strange man walking around with goggles. But yeah, that's my...
Oh, hello, morning, Vicar. What? Ooh. I did not expect that.
Yeah, I do like steampunk.
I do apologise for all the burping, by the way. It's most disgusting.
Candygram for Mongo says, Fox, why don't you just get a kidney bean shaped hat?
Yeah. Not many things exist.
Bless him.
It's like I was pleased with that hat I got for the E-models one, the grey one, the grey trilby, but it's a bit like a trilby with a pork pie style brim.
Yeah.
But again, it just didn't sit quite right, and I'm like... And I could never figure out if it was too small or too big. And then it looked a bit weird when the angle I always had it, so I gave up in the end. I don't look like the guys in the movies when I wear them. That's why I get sad.
No. I mean, we're known for our hats, simply. I mean, it's funny it's surprising when we're in a stream or a live show. If we haven't got the hat on, people will go, why haven't you got your hat on? You're not you unless you've got your hat on. It's really bizarre how people have got used to it.
But in my mind, if you ever see a photograph of Frank Sinatra and he's got like his little trilby on,
Oh, brilliant trilby that was.
He always looks perfect. It lines up perfectly. Jaunty angle. The brim is right in the middle.
Yeah.
Crisply snapped. He's got the crown and the, what did I call it? The bit at the front? The little two scallops in the front.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly lined up.
Yeah.
Everything's crisp. Nice, beautiful hats. And yet, when I try and wear them, I don't look anywhere. It doesn't look anything like that.
You can imagine, though, that his hats were handmade.
Oh, they were probably tailored, proper tailored. I mean,
tailored hats. You know.
Let's not forget, in those days, the hat was a part of that. You buy this, it'd be a 4-piece suit.
Well, yeah.
It'd be jacket, trousers, what they call vest, waistcoat, and the hat.
Yeah.
All be colour coordinated.
But I mean, we get the guys doing the steampunk thing that wear the spats and that over their shoes, and mate, you know,
look at the
a couple across the
spatularity.
way there that are proper into their steampunk, and when they go for one of their cosplay gubbins, they do look really elegant. I must admit.
Oh yeah,
it's just got that look about it.
There is stuff about steampunk that's really nice.
Oh yeah, the gadgetry is right up our street because it's a bit Wilf Lun, isn't it?
I can't remember where I saw it, but I once saw somebody who was like cosplaying in steampunk.
Yeah,
and they had like a weapon. Yeah, like a rifle, and they gave it the most steampunky name ever. It was called the Thunderbus.
Oh,
and I'm like, because it was like a blunderbuss, but a really long rifle.
Yeah.
But with a blunderbuss, and it was like the Thunderbus, and I thought that is the best name.
Yeah.
For a steampunk style weapon, the Thunder. I don't know what it was. I actually made it into one of my comic strips as well. It inspired an entire series of comics in my comic strip about time travel.
The whole steampunk vibe is a big thing in the PC case modding scene, isn't it? Where people build steampunk computer systems and keyboards and convert their games consoles to look like steampunk gadgets, and I love all of that. That's kind of what those wooden kits remind me of, what Chris has done.
Oh yeah,
they always come over as a little bit steampunky to me, and I love little gadgets like that.
Eri Styrene says, "I'll throw up a picture of the hat and goggles I use for the Sunday brunch." DevilDog.games says, "Hola folks." Yeah. Hello, DevilDog.games.
Hello,
Triple
mate.
DG. Can I just call you Triple DG? Does that sound good? Triple DG.
Yeah, DevilDog.games is a guy we've been following recently on his lives through John Pole.
Cool. Do you mind if I call you Triple DG? Because that sounds awesome.
He's a decent bloke. He has got one of the best modelling beards I've ever seen. Yeah.
Modelling beard. Instant kudos. I'm going to call you Triple DG. If you don't like it, do tell me, but I'll still call it you anyway. Because it sounds too cool. Just don't say yo, obviously. Don't say yo, it's your boy Triple DG, because that's an instant unsub.
He says, or just Devil Dog or Miguel or Hey You. There you go. He says, or Fatty. No, we'd never call you that. We'd never call you that, mate.
Do you know, if you ever want to watch YouTube and become angry, you know, because like sometimes you want to watch something to cheer you up.
Yeah.
Sometimes you want to watch something to make you feel sad. You want to have a tearjerker experience.
Yeah.
And there are some times that you just want to be made angry.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just me, but sometimes I want to watch things that make me angry.
Yeah.
Just because I need to feel something sometimes. An emotion
yeah, I need to have a wibble or something. Yeah.
Yeah. And if ever you're stuck for watching something to make you feel angry, do a YouTube search for Bethesda or Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
Or Fallout. Because I swear, every single person that does videos about Xbox or like Xbox versus PlayStation or Bethesda games, Starfield, every single person that does the videos, they all talk like, just, I don't know, they all talk like morons, and every single one of them has an annoying voice, and they're all like, yo, what's up, it's your man. I'm like, oh god, instant unsub, instant stop watching. Yo, what's up, it's your man. If they're the first words that come out your mouth, I'm gonna not watch your video. And I swear, half of them, when they start their video, you know, me and you might be like, hi, it's Fox from Model Making Guru here. Hello and welcome to a new episode of whatever. There's the people that just stop by going, hey, and then they start, and it's like, wait, were they words?
Yeah.
And I have to go back and listen. I did one the other day, and the channel was called, I don't know what the channel, I can't remember what the channel was called, but let's say the channel was called Bro Gaming or something.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, and then I'm like, let's talk about Skyrim. I'm like, wait, what? And I went back and listened to it. And at no point did it say his name or Bro Gaming or whatever the game channel was called. And I couldn't make out what the hell his opening thing was. And I looked at some of the videos, and it's the same in every one. I'm like, there's no word. You're just going...
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
Harry Styrene says, when Frank walked through the restaurant he worked in at Florida, it was Mr. Sinatra, and he was in a sweet shark blue suit.
Oh, yeah.
He knew how to dress, didn't he? Well, people back in that day, the Sammy Davis Juniors, the Dean Martins, the Frank Sinatras, they all looked the part, didn't they?
It's the proper Rat Pack.
Oh, yeah.
It's the style that, because it was like 50s and early 60s, it was the hangers-on from the 1930s and 40s styling of the double-breasted suits and stuff.
Yes. Yeah.
It was like the end times of that look.
Yeah.
While the more relaxed, younger generations started to develop their styles. Yeah. So it was like the crossfade from the suited and booted up to the hippie styles and the casual style. Yeah. So it was the last gasps of that kind of proper suited, and the three-piece suits with the three-button non-double-breasted.
Oh, yeah.
Little tiny lapels that were like that wide.
Yeah. The hyper detail in them was beautifully tailored, wasn't it?
And they were just, they had the little crisp sleeves with a little hint of shirt collar and a cuff. Oh, man, that was so good.
You do realise we are a right pair of old farts. I mean, I used to like the shirts where you get the separate collar. The proper snap collars.
One of those.
I
used to like proper 1940s and 50s shirts where they had the incredibly not like 1970s long collars.
Yeah.
But they were 1940s and 50s where they were quite long, but they were crisp and pointed.
Yeah, yeah.
And they just and then that was in the 80s when we started getting the stupid Premier League footballer shirts with the collars that just go like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Where you get a shirt collar, it just goes like that.
Yeah.
And you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, the wing collars, they just don't look right. Prince Charles shirts, as I call them.
No, not them. It's like, let me draw it. Let me draw it with drawings. Hang on. Right, like, let me. Where's my pen? Imagine, if you will. Ignore the thing that says squiggly hugs. Imagine, if you will. Here's a person.
Yeah.
Turn the page over.
He's good, isn't he? This is proper Fox Ross stuff here, folks.
Yeah. We have a person here. There's the head. And there's the other person's head. This person has a snappy little trilby going on.
Yeah.
And they have a shirt collar. It's not going to be accurate, but it's like that.
Yeah.
And they may have a jacket there. But they have this little shirt collar that's like that. And then they have the tie, and it's got a tie clip. And it's this proper 1940s, 50s.
Yeah, I know the ones you mean.
Not like 1970s 3-foot long collar. But
no.
What I don't like is when you get these people in the 80s, right? And this is where they started coming in. They'd have the shirt collar like that. And it'd be like that.
Yeah.
And they'd have the tie like that.
Yeah.
And it's like, what the Christ is that?
Yeah.
I don't mean like wing collar like the Butler wore that. I mean.
Oh, no, it's the ones what Prince Charles wears, mate, and Alan Sugar.
To me, it's
collars fold down, but they're sort of missing the pointy bits.
It's like, to me, it's just Premier, and they were always like, it was always like a coloured shirt with a white collar.
With a white collar, yeah, Al Fayed style, yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's like Premier League footballing moron.
Yeah, yeah.
Couldn't stand it, and I hate that look. It's just like, that's horrible.
I think we can honestly say we've officially turned into Statler and Waldorf, mate.
Yeah.
Which I don't mind because they wore proper shirts. Isn't it weird though how, like you say, different styles stick in your mind? We all don't get me wrong, everyone dresses differently, don't they? But nothing looks better than a proper double-breasted suit, mate.
Oh, exactly. I mean, the one thing you don't realise though about all these vintage clothes, microwave's done. You're overheating again, darling.
Yeah, I'm just going to switch that server off.
Yeah, the one thing you don't realise about these old fashions, because I have, for many years I inherited my dad's 1950s three-piece tailored wool suit that he got married in.
Oh right, yeah.
And I used to wear it to school because I had to wear a sport jacket at school. Hello.
Sorry, it's just shutting down. It's just letting me know that it's
So I wore this as my sport jacket to school, and it was proper like 3-button, tiny collar. The pants were like 8 foot wide, but straight all the way down. Had cuffs on the bottom.
Yeah.
And belt holes brace buttons rather than belt loops.
Yeah.
And I also have still in my possession to this day a 1944 Royal Naval Reserve greatcoat.
Oh bloody hell!
With the label inside with the name of the owner and his phone number.
Oh wow!
Like the guy that made it, the tailor that made it, wrote the guy's name and the phone number on the label on the inside in ink pen.
How cool's that?
Unfortunately, it's old and knackered and moth-eaten now. But the thing you don't realise about these old clothes, they were wool, and they were thick as. They were those old suits. There was none of this like linen and cotton. It was wool. They were wool, proper woolen suits, and they were so damn thick and heavy, which was great in the winter. But that old jacket of my dad's, Jesus Christ, you wore that in the spring or the summer when it's remotely warm. You would sweat litres.
Oh bloody hell!
Because they were not forgiving. It was wool with wool lining and wool lining on the lining, and then the wool was covered in wool. And dear Lord, I've not drilled his barrel out. Look at that.
Scout Modelling Chaos says to you that he sent you a DM on Facebook showing what you would look like in vintage clobber.
Ooh, I like the look of that. I like the sound of that.
Go.
So yeah, that stuff. It's none of this crappy quality stuff we get today. The clothes they wore then, they were handmade and hand tailored. Go on, what have I missed?
Oh, Harry Styrine's got. He says, I'm kind of having a vision now of Fox and Colin in zoot suits.
Oh, with the drape shape and the reek pleat. Bring it on. Drape shape and my dad taught me those phrases. Zoot suit with the drape shape and the reek pleat.
He says, dancing to OMD. Yeah.
Ah. I remember when I was much younger, I used to do lots of little cartoon drawings and stuff.
Yeah.
And I came up with one of the drawings I did was these like 3 guys, and they were like a kind of swing band. Yeah. But it was the characters were called Zoot Suit, Drape Shape, and Replay. I was only little, I was only young. And of course, I showed one of my teachers at school, and they were like, "How do you even know these phrases?" Because you're 12 years old.
Yeah,
and this is from the 40s. Yeah. And I said, yeah, it's my dad. He tells me all these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, my mum, she was a woman of her era. It was my mum that introduced me to Led Zeppelin and bands like that. But she just had this love of everything vintage.
Oh, yeah.
Victorian outfits or, early 40s outfits and that, and
there's a certain elegance to them that you don't get nowadays.
Yeah, the women always look very elegantly dressed in fitted suits and
the lamentations of the women.
Yeah, and I suppose I grew into it through her. So
I think probably the reason that I have an affinity for these old vintage clothes like 40s and stuff and 50s is that when I grew up, by the time I was old enough to understand about clothes and wasn't just whatever I just was. My mum put out for me to wear.
Yeah.
It was the 1980s and fashion was shit.
Oh,
It was all crap colours and stupid shoulder pads and nonsense.
Yeah.
And there was no grace or style to 80s fashions, and there never has been ever since. Fashion now, clothing now has not been stylish or graceful since
you dot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I've always had an affinity for those old vintage things because that's when clothes were stylish and graceful.
Yeah, it's just an era of time, innit? I like watching the old Pathé newsreel, and this is what makes me laugh. Was it a gradual decline or was it sudden? Because everyone in this country used to wear, men and women used to always wear proper fitted outfits, didn't they? And the hats and all the normal attributes of an outfit. When did that stop? Was it an overnight thing? Was it a gradual decline? I don't know, but
no, it was
it the swinging 60s and hippie power? Who knows?
No, it was kind of a gradual thing because if you're looking like up to the 40s and World War II and the end of up to World War Two. Even people working the dockyards had like a suit. They wore a suit. They might have had a flat cap, but they had a suit jacket and suit pants, and they might be battered, but they still wore suits.
Yeah.
You look at all the dock workers with their three-piece suits, but they're working the docks. They're building ships. But then at the end of the war, don't forget, everything's rationing, so all the men had their suits, and that's probably all they had.
Yeah.
So, and the women had whatever they'd been able to mend and make do with. So, for like a lot of the 40s and the late 40s and early 50s, men stuck to that because they couldn't afford to buy lots of new clothes.
Yeah.
But then as the 50s wore on and the 60s started, that's when the younger generation started to come in, and they started to get a bit more freedom with their... This is in the UK, by the way. Yeah. They started to be wanting to identify away from that. So the old people wearing their suits, but of course the young generation didn't want that.
No.
That's where they started to be influenced by like the US and other countries, and they started to get more casual clothes and the whole hippie movement and all that kind of stuff. Because don't forget, up until like the late 50s, they weren't really teenagers.
No.
It wasn't a thing in the UK. They were just... Up until like the 50s, it was... So it was... I think it was more of a gradual thing. If you look at like men in the 50s, in the 40s, everybody wore suits.
Yes.
In the 50s, men would wear suits in a professional capacity, like if they're at work or whatever, or if they're going out to work and things like that. But your average man at home might just have a suit jacket, a casual suit jacket, and maybe some casual trousers, and maybe a sweater or something like that. They wouldn't wear a three-piece suit, but they might still. But it stayed an upper class thing to wear the full suit. And then in the 60s, of course, by that point, that generation was getting old and all dying off. So
yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah, and then by the 70s, you've got they're really old, and they might still wear. There's still people that wore like a tweed jacket and a shirt and tie.
Yeah,
but they wouldn't be quite that formal, and a lot of them would just wear the jacket and stuff. But by that point, the younger generation had taken over anyway. So it was just more. I think it was a gradual fade out. I think the introduction of the youth culture was probably quite quick.
Yeah,
like a decade from like the late 40s to late 50s, and then
it just seems such a shame, though, doesn't it? But it was for me. I always found because I have fond memories of my granddad on my mum's side, and he always was one of those. His shirt collar was one of the press-on ones. You know what I mean? And he used to always be in a three-piece suit with, the little springs around his arms, holding his shirt in place, proper button-on braces.
I had some of them. The little arm.
What
they're called arm cuffs things.
Yeah, sleeve arm cuffs or sleeve cuffs, and he always had that, timepiece on the waistcoat, and was proper ye oldie gent, and he always looked mint, the little turn up on the bottom of the trousers, and it just looked right. And that was that image that I had, and I just thought he looked the biz.
Oh yeah, but if you look at some of the look in the early 70s, and you look at some of the the older, like there's people in their 60s, 70s, and 80s on on TV and stuff for interviews. They're always often wearing like a jacket of some sort, a suit jacket of some sort.
Yes,
maybe a shirt and tie, but it might be a shirt and tie with a sweater or something, a pullover or something. It'd be a little bit more casual. It wouldn't be a three-piece suit, but still.
Nah.
Here's the photograph that I can't see who it was that sent it now, saying me in a dapper outfit. There you go.
That's a bit more, look at you.
That's a bit more 1930s and 40s, I think, that one. But look at the collar on that. That's a proper 1920s. Oh, yeah,
that's proper, mate, isn't it? Let's just lose that.
And a nice bit of a Homburg action going on there.
Yeah.
I think that's more 1920s, that.
Yeah.
20s and 30s, maybe early 40s.
Yeah, very boardwalk empire, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that collar. That's a proper starched clip-on collar.
That's proper clip-on collar, that is, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, that. That's a good suit. That's a good suit. That suit will probably weigh about the same as a small child.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
I hope people see that, by the way. I wasn't looking at my screen, so...
Yeah, no, it showed up on screen.
Lovely. That was from Paul Lyons. So, Paul, thank you very much. That's awesome, that.
Yes, he's notorious for his mock-up videos that he's done of myself and Dad over the times.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I blame James for the downfall of fashion, says Angus Hallett. I blame young people. It's always young people's fault. Candy Graham says it's true. Statler and Waldorf always dressed up so they were mercilessly heckling the Muppets. They really knew how to present themselves.
Absolutely.
I have had jeans that were definitely dress fashion. I think it was when ripped jeans became fashion. Well, I mean, in the 60s, it was really the new youth culture because, like I said, it was like the late 50s or 50s, mid to late 50s when the whole concept of the teenagers in the UK started to appear. In the US, there'd been a whole teenage culture for a lot longer.
Over here, it was mainly the mods and rockers era, wasn't it? The rockers wore the jeans and the leather jacket, whereas the mods all wore the proper suits and fishtail parkers and trilbies, wasn't it? So there was...
And then as that rolled into the 1960s, that's when it broke away from that, and then you got into the proper 60s.
Bell bottoms and fucking hippie power, wasn't it? You know,
because the mods were all Edwardian style, weren't they?
Yes.
And the rockers were all like leather jackets and stuff. I think the whole culture was. I mean, look at the movies and stuff as well. The whole culture was changing anyway towards a youth culture at that point.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until the mid 50s when we came out of rationing over here, and that's when people could start to buy things.
Yeah.
Do apologise, and start to buy clothes for themselves, and men who could afford it could start to buy things that weren't just three-piece suits, but they've been doing it for all their lives. So it's like look at we all wear jeans and t-shirt because that's kind of what we've worn for decades. So
it's
the concept of sitting around at home wearing a three-piece suit is ridiculous to us.
Yeah.
But look at someone who grew up in the 30s and 40s. That'd be what you did. You sat around.
Oh yeah.
You worked on your garden in your jacket and.
Well, yeah. My granddad used to roll his sleeves up, but he still had his suit waistcoat on, or his working suit as it was. You know what I mean? And it was. That's I'm a bit like us now, where we have our man cave clothes, don't we? You
mean like
his man
pajama
clothes,
pants and a t-shirt?
his man cave clothes was still a waistcoat, trousers, a shirt. I always remember him on holiday when we took him. He just rolled the sleeves up on his shirt and the trouser legs. Took one trilby off and put another trilby on. Went right, that's me. That's me summer hat on. And it was like I'm on holiday now, and that was it. And it was so comical that that's just how he was.
But it's like I was saying, it's like you watch footage of like either shipyard workers or it's always the shipyards, but like people building ships or stevedores at the docks. There's a class people like loading and unloading stuff from ships in the shipyards, especially Liverpool and Manchester and places like that. Manchester Ship Canal, Liverpool docks and stuff, and they're always wearing a three-piece suit. It might be a scratty old thing with holes in it, and they've got a flat cap on, and they've got a fag hanging out the mouth. But it was a jacket, it was a waistcoat, it was pants, it was hardcore boots, and it was a collarless shirt with no collar on it.
Yeah.
But they still wore a three-piece suit. Coal miners used to go down the mine in a three-piece suit. It's just to us, it's insane, but to them, that was how it was.
So. That's how it was. That was their dress, wasn't it? It's brilliant when you think of it.
Now, I'm going to invite mockery here, but I'm going to stop building for now because I've done 3 dudes.
Yes, I'm at that stage.
I've done 3 dudes. Consider the 3 dudes I've done. They are made of all the pointy bits.
I'm going to put you on full screen so you can show off.
One dude with his tentacles coming out of his belly armour. It's all broken up and ripped out. He's got all kind of things coming out of his face. He's got teeth around his mask where his face has exploded. I've not drilled his barrel out yet. He's got one of them pox grenades, which is a living, sentient, sapient human skull. It's got bits of brain in there still alive.
Oh, bloody hell.
And we've got the guy I showed you earlier, and then we've got this chap who's waving a pox grenade.
Nice.
And he's got all his bits and bobs, and it's just covered. He's got another pox grenade at the back. I think they're called pox grenades. I could have that wrong. But yeah,
I like that.
I'm looking forward to painting these guys. I started painting them when I was doing Warhammer Conquest, and it was like paint them Death Guard green, paint the bits cop bronze, and that was the boring colour. I'm like, I'm not going to paint them that way. It was fun to paint, but it wasn't exciting.
My sum total is a bit on the old Wasbomb.
Look at that! I do love the fact on that entire kit. You can just drop the cockpit in.
Yeah.
Have you done the cockpit yet?
No, I've just dropped in one of the inner bits.
Well, when you do build it,
the
cockpit will literally just drop into that slot.
Yeah.
So you can actually have the cockpit completely outside the
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, it makes it easier to paint.
Have you got the seat in there, or is it?
No, I've got no seat in there. It's just the stepped bit.
Oh yeah, yeah. So literally, you can have the entire cockpit, and
Yeah.
you just. I don't think I've actually. I don't think I glued mine in. I think it's removable, or I might have put a tiny bit of glue around the edge.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a beautiful kit, and the only seam line cleanup is that bit down the middle of the fuselage.
Yeah, that's it. I'll just put a little bit of gloop on there just to build it up so I can smooth it down.
I see you've gone for the nice grilly bit on the front. I like that.
Yeah. So, yeah. Got to be done, mate.
What you need now is to put wheels on that and make it a truck.
Well, I think some kind of tracks need to be done, doesn't it?
Yeah. Get yourself another bane blade and completely utilise the track units.
You're bad. You are really bad.
Hugo Saws has just come in. Says hello to
Hello,
everyone.
Hugo.
Welcome, Hugo.
How you doing, mate?
Hey guys, he says.
We're literally just coming off of air, buddy. Bless you.
Shall I do a big trump? I might have a big trump brewing.
Yeah, go on, do it.
It might be tiny though. Hang on, let me.
There you go. You've heard it here.
That was a bit rubbish. That was a bit rubbish.
He's gone.
Was that a bit of a comedy trump?
Yeah, you've heard it here first, folks.
That was a bit rubbish, that wasn't it? It wasn't one of my better ones.
No, it wasn't like that bath mat ripper you did the other week, mate.
Edward Lennon says, I know they have maggots on them. Yes, the Death Guard, they are covered in maggots, if you're talking about my Death Guard dudes.
Yeah.
I've been going nuts buying Games Workshop contrast paints lately, says Angus. I actually quite like the contrast paints. When I paint all these pox walkers, all the skin, all the flesh, and the pustules, and the entrails and stuff, that's all going to be contrast paints.
Oh, right.
All the clothes and weapons we painted properly, but all the flesh and exposed skin bits, that'll be contrast paint. So I can basically paint. I've shown it before, but blow the dust off. That was only a quick experiment I did in the store.
Yeah.
But that took me like 5 minutes.
Oh, bloody hell.
And that's I could happily leave the flesh like that. I could probably do some more work on it, but that was just a couple of different contrast paints wet blended onto the skin.
No, so I like that.
So I've got like 100 pox walkers to paint. You can absolutely bloody guarantee the skin is being painted with contrast paint, wet blended.
Yeah, 100 pox walkers. You'll be going no.
Well, basically what I'll do is I'll prime them all. I'll contrast paint them for the skin, and then I'll go back and paint the weapons and the clothes and all the other bits that need proper paint jobs. But yeah. I like the contrast paints. They're pretty good. I like them. They absolutely have their uses.
That'll be another set of paint I need to order, will it?
No.
Yeah.
I would say
because I'm always going to be painting orc anyway. It's just going to be the orc, isn't it?
The strength of contrast paints is organic stuff. I wouldn't paint a space marine with them or a vehicle, because it's a bit like painting with inks. I wouldn't paint a space marine or a vehicle, but I would paint like something organic, like an animal or a creature, or these pox walkers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or these fleshy things that are sticking out of these dudes, the tentacles and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where they come in best, because you can mix them and blend them.
Yeah.
Wet, and they look really nice on organic. I wouldn't paint a vehicle with it because they don't really work for that.
No.
That's not their strength. You can get great results, but it's not their strength.
Cool beans, mate. Well, I suppose we're at that time, aren't we, where we wrap up for the evening and let these lovely people go off and go about their business.
Oh yeah. Well, which is probably sleeping for some of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because you got to go. You got to go to bed yet, mate? Because you're on this afternoon, ain't you, for your Skyrim?
3 o'clock for the Skyrim. So I'll go to bed now, and I'll wake up at 11 o'clock. Woohoo! It's like a lie-in. It's like the one day I get a lie-in is Saturday, but it's not really a lie-in because I still only get 8 hours sleep. So
yeah. But it feels good, doesn't it? Like, so we have a good old laugh on a Friday night.
And psychologically good to look at the clock and go,
absolutely. As long as folks want us to do these, we'll carry on doing them, because I enjoy them, you enjoy them. So,
well, even if they don't want us to do them, we should carry on doing them because we're evil.
Yeah, we're just inside their heads now.
We don't do what they want; they watch what we do. That's how it works.
Yeah, that's how it works. And of course, we got you trapped in our mind now. So, yeah,
it's not a good place to be. Trust me, not my mind, especially.
Absolutely.
And I can guarantee at least one of our viewers tonight will be going off in search of forest porn.
Yes.
Porn.
Yes. Keep us appraised of your quest for forest porn or any porn that has been found laying about.
I reckon at least one of them probably lives near some woodland and will be doing some checking tomorrow. Like,
Yeah,
I'll just go for a walk in the woods, love. Just take the dog for a walk
Just take the dog. Yeah, Fido will be taken through the brambles. It'll be, oh look, there's a sack of porn over there. Yeah.
Then again, I wouldn't recommend going with your dog.
No.
For one very serious reason. That is, here in the UK, the only thing that dog walkers find is bodies. They never find porn, they find body. Whenever a body's found in the woodland, it's always a man walking his dog found the body this morning. Why is it always somebody walking a dog that finds a body?
Yeah.
My brain's really weird, isn't it?
No, not at all. It is these are great unanswered questions, and I like that. Claire's off, saying good night, everyone. Good night, Claire. Take care, darling. We're coming off air now anyway. So.
Apologies to Candygram for me completely making an arse of his concentric fires. I'll have a proper chat with him on some proper Space Marine rifles.
Yeah, absolutely. He was doing it because he wanted to protect your interests, buddy, wasn't it? And
but if you can send me some absolutely explain it like a 5-year-old instructions how to use them, I will do.
Yeah, do you remember them old idiot sheets, Candygram, that you used to do for someone that was learning welding? One of them.
Yeah, but assuming that I'm like 5, and I don't know anything.
I just so know what you're like.
Yeah, I'm like, no,
he's saying,
I can figure out complicated. It's the simple stuff I can't figure out.
Yeah. As soon as he sends you it, you'll go, oh, got it now. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, folks, we'll catch you later. Yep. Take care of yourselves. Thank you all for watching, and we look forward to seeing you for another frolic next Friday. Fox will see you tomorrow. I will see you Sunday for the brunch, and then in the afternoon, I'll probably be with Fox in the afternoon for his Warhammer Sunday.
In the afternoon?
Yeah. There you go. Pimpage, see?
There you go. A little bit of pimpage.
I know. Catch you later, folks. Bye-bye for now.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Ciao bella.